Hello, I'm the Frosted Glass. Hello, welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass, and I'm joined by my son of a bitch.
So much for that intro.
All right, fuck it.
Speaking of cancer,
We'll do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. All right. I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
Cancer tits.
Damn it, you said what I was going to say.
Speaking of which, Moonshock.
Well, let's see. Other than cancer tits, we can just say talking tits with Prospero.
oh God, damn it!
Pterodine Mantis.
I'm just gonna say hi.
And this week's special guest, Prospero.
Hello.
Oh, so how are your tits, Prospero?
Oh, jeez.
Hi, Prospero. How are your tits?
I definitely have breast cancer.
Oh my God. Or would it be tit talk with Prospero?
All right, calm your tits, everyone. All right.
We now need to host Minions on Tuesdays and just call it Tuesday Tit Talk.
No. Skep hosts on Tuesday, and he is not gonna call it Tuesday Tit Talk.
I mean, you can't even call it a TidX talk.
No.
That's
Ah,
perfect.
that is
TEDx
perfect,
Talk.
actually. That the anti-feminist podcast, the TEDx Talk. Oh, Jesus!
What a great start to a stream.
Fuck all of you.
Prospero knew what she was getting into and she agreed.
I know. I even warned other people.
Well, even Keeve says tit excellence.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh God.
who doesn't love tit excellence? All right.
I love tit excellence.
So let's move on to a happier note with our first article. Every time you buy plastic, God kills a kitten.
What?
Whoa.
Awesome.
This is Jessica Wildfire. Ooh, what a...
Well, it's good news because I hate kittens.
Yeah, that's a porn star name.
Well, I'm looking up her pictures, so we'll see.
I bet she does not look like a porn star.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? Wow. Interesting. She's actually not that bad looking, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a good picture of her, though. No, she is not a porn star, sadly.
Here's some
She doesn't
fun.
have the rack for him.
Here's
Anyone
some.
can be a porn star if they try hard enough.
Yeah,
That is
just
true. But
get a
Although-
banana cleaner. Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
she's got those crazy fucking eyes. She's got crazy eyes.
Oh, she's crazy. You wouldn't think that by reading this article.
No.
Anyone can be a banana cleaner if they try hard enough.
Okay, here's a picture of her in chat with those crazy eyes.
Here's some fun news. Barely five.
Jesus.
What?
Holy shit.
There.
Those
Here
are
we
crazy
go.
eyes.
Braniel is showing me the photograph. Hey!
It's a dollar store Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, and she's in that one of those cardboard bins where they reduced everything to 25 cents because that's like
I mean, she's
bad.
just one Tim Burton movie away from being Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
I must say, I've definitely seen worse. Like, given the standard of the usual medium writer, she's not anywhere
Yeah.
near the worst we've seen.
Yeah.
I don't
Those
think
eyes
she's
of-
ugly. I think it's more shocking than ugly.
She just
Well,
needs to not.
She's got the crazy eyes.
She just needs to not use as much eyeliner like she's in My
Yes.
Chemical Romance. You know.
Yeah. Well, Will
Yeah.
says those eyes have killed babies in parks.
Yeah, she just it's
Well, I've got another picture of her in
ugh.
with no eyeliner.
Okay.
Campbell says I
I-
can fix her.
Yeah.
I have to inform the author. I'm sorry, Danny Elfman will not fuck you.
Okay, there is a picture of her with no eyeliner.
Camel, better men than you have said that and failed.
She still has that perpetually pissy face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a bedroom eye look of hers.
Turkey.
All right.
No.
Anyway, we should probably
No.
get to the article.
Yeah. This one wasn't my fault.
Here's some fun news. Barely 5% of all plastic in America gets recycled. We threw away 51 million tons of it in a single year, 2021. Most of that went into landfills, even when it was allegedly sent overseas. The plastic industry...
Wait, hold on. Do you know what happens to most of the plastic that gets, in quotes, recycled? First of all,
the Chinese
it's dumped
dump
in
it
a
in the
landfill.
ocean. And the
Yeah.
Chinese dump it in the ocean.
They dump it. If it goes overseas, that's basically, it's probably worse than what happens to it in America.
Did you see Moonshock? Not Moonshock. Moons. You. Gunsky, you idiot. Did you see the article? I mean, even Greenpeace is complaining about the great recycling lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Recycling has always been an utter joke.
Yeah, it's the virtue
Even-
signal.
Even if you take it at face value, like you recycle it in a perfect world, it goes back into the machines those machines use energy in order to refine the process.
No, it's not zero sum. I don't think anybody. I mean, anybody who thought it was zero sum was crazy. It's always been a cost to recycle, but I mean, there were some things for a while that it was economical to recycle, the aluminum and that kind, and then we got too much aluminum, and it ended up being they had more aluminum than they could possibly recycle. I mean, I don't know where we stand with glass, because that's an entirely different.
Well, he's hosting this stream.
Yeah.
I know that batteries. I know we do pretty well with batteries.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things that it's worth recycling. And I'm glad that we are looking into, what is it, a bacterium that will eat plastic?
Yes.
There is actually bacteria. There are actually insect larvae, and there are fungi that all eat or all consume plastic.
And that'll be nice. And I remember when they introduced plastic to save the trees, and I'm glad they're getting rid of plastic because they realized that trees are a whole lot easier to
Hey,
come by.
I know a homeless guy who'll eat plastic for $5.
Quit bragging, Frosted.
There's a fantastic channel called Undecided. I think it's with Matt Farrell or something. And he does a very good job. He looks at environmental processes all the time, and he discusses the pros and cons in a very even-handed manner of each one. And he's brought up a lot of this kind of stuff before. I think that the bacteria that eats plastic, I think that they mainly eat styrofoam.
Oh, that's fine.
It's the acronym PET. So that kind of plastic is what the bacterium goes after. It's the larvae that goes after the polystyrene, and the fungi is I don't remember what type of plastic it was, but they actually have. It's like each of the three goes after a different kind of plastic.
Yeah.
But what I find interesting about that is that plastic in and of itself is not a natural substance. However, it's created from a natural substance. And the fact that we now have something that evolved to consume it can also be the biggest argument against people that say, oh, plastic is killing our environment. But the environment evolves. That's what it's designed to do.
Evolved is a tricky word to use there, but yes.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that we are overwhelming the capability even of the evolution of the critters, what can eat it. If we were to cease the use of a lot of this disposable plastic,
right?
Stupid ass plastic bags and stupid ass those plastic turtle choker rings
Oh, I hate those.
And
That's-
well, I spend a lot of time. If when I have them, I cut them up.
Yeah,
Well, the
when I-
monofilament too that they use in a lot of in a lot of fishing line.
Yeah.
That just slices right through turtle flesh like it's freaking like freaking oh my god, floss, like dental floss.
Yeah.
It just goes right through them, and it's really really sad
It's
to
like
see.
titanium.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, when I have plastic garbage, I
garrot.
personally shove it down a duckling's throat.
Okay.
Prospero's like, okay, I'll accept that.
Everyone has hobbies.
I'm gonna take
Yours
my
is
plastic
noisy
bag
and a
and
little messy, but yeah.
I'm gonna take my plastic bag and just use it to suffocate a baby seal.
Prospero, are you one of those bastards that feeds bottle caps to seagulls so that they end up like looking like those bird skeletons they find in islands? That looks like they ate nothing but plastic items.
I like the meme where it shows a guy about to hit a seal with a club, and it says warranty void if seal is broken.
I see what you did there. Or I seal what you did there.
The plastic industry has been lying to Americans, telling them it was okay to eat yogurt from little plastic cups. It was never okay.
What are you gonna put them in if it's
Glass
not plastic?
jars. Jars.
Well, actually, glass wouldn't be too bad to use.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Sand.
Sand.
Turn it back into sand.
Yes.
Plastic is killing us.
Just suck it from the cow or the goat directly, and then let it curdle in your mouth. That's it. That's
Oh.
We can put it in
glass
wine
is-
skins.
Plastic is much better than glass to use because glass, the refinement process is just so very energy intensive.
It is.
It's terrible. And
But our beaches are running out of sand, so what we do is we crush the glass back into sand. See?
No.
Yeah.
What you do is you get this author to you take some of the sand out of her vagina, and then you can use that.
She's the world's first glass producing female.
Yeah, but that's why I just spread broken glass on all the beaches. You
There you go.
Well, you are
nature.
know, wake up.
Sand you are, and sand you shall become.
Wake up. This isn't some stupid culture war. It's life and death. We have islands of plastic floating in the ocean. It's breaking down into microplastics. Then it's winding up in our food. It's poisoning us. As demand for oil and gas drops, big oil is investing $400 billion to expand plastic production.
Oh, fuck straight off.
The thing is that
I'm
if
going
you're
to
going
start
to
dealing BHP on corners. You know,
if you're going to start
dickheads will take fentanyl. They'll take BHP.
if you're going to make like all these big moral judgments on society in general, you better have alternatives, and those alternatives better actually be realistic and not just America should turn into the third world.
Quit being reasonable. You're dealing with a utopian, and their narcissism overwhelms anything approaching intellect.
They're happy to dump 1 billion tons of garbage into our oceans, lakes, and rivers by 2040. Petrochemical companies produce tons of carbon. They produce tons of toxins. It's causing cancer rates to skyrocket, especially in the poor black communities where they build their factories.
Oh my God!
and
Gotta make it racial. Let's make it racial.
Power plus privilege.
That's
Well-
interesting to know.
Well, remember this group of people, they have to connect all of their political points together. Everything is connected to them because they don't actually understand how to use logic. They don't understand that some things are separate issues.
Basically, when you buy plastic containers and throw them away, you're supporting social murder.
Social murder, huh?
How about actual murder? Actual murder is something that people care about.
Well, that's
Social
not as
murder is
bad.
Social murder is something you just made up and doesn't exist and has no meaning.
Yeah, it's like emotional intelligence. No,
Yes, social murder just doesn't have that tangible That tangible loveliness that real murder has.
Yeah, simple, homegrown, no chemicals murder.
Yeah, like knife between
All
the
natural
ribs.
murder.
Yeah.
Ben and
Natural murder.
No
Ben and
preservatives.
Jerry's murder.
Small
do you
mom and
think
pop shop murder.
Do you think that's why Candace Owens had that social autopsy site? Because it all fits together now.
Yes.
It's the new Ben and Jerry's flavor, murder marmalade.
What would a Ben and Jerry's flavor called social murder even taste like?
Pussy.
Salty.
It would taste like sandy vagina. There you go.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It would be anchovy paste and graham crumbs or something like that.
Ew.
Well,
hey, now I want to vomit.
That's what.
Well, if you were to deep dive Christy Winters, you'd want to vomit too. So just remember.
Or Stacey Abrams.
Or
Don't go down that road.
There isn't enough flour in the world to find that wet spot, honey.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Stop it. Stop it. I like Eric Burden in the animals. Do not do that to me.
Rocky Road ice cream sprinkled with crime statistics.
But come on, don't let Jack be misunderstood. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, screw you.
Oh, nasty, chalky, and salty with anchovy.
Your actions contribute to the deaths of innocent people and animals. It's an unpleasant.
Not innocent. Nobody's innocent.
It's an unpleasant
Not even
thought.
the animals.
No.
You're right. They shit outdoors. They're polluting our water.
It's true. Stop buying bottled water. So what can you do?
Drinking water.
You probably can't cut plastics out of your life in a single day, but it's time to start making serious efforts if you haven't. Let's start with bottled water. There's no excuse for this.
Yes, there is.
You could argue that we need
portable.
No, there's no excuse, Jack. You could argue that we need bottled water for emergencies. Fair enough. So there's an excuse. All right. FEMA gets a pass.
So wait. Hold on. What? Who gets to qualify what an emergency is? Do you get? Because I've seen what you call emergency. I remember 2020. I see what you call emergencies. You don't know jack shit about emergencies.
Everything is an emergency when you've made it about you.
See, you don't need it though. You can get a water bottle made out of glass or metal. At least get a Nalgene. What the hell's a Nalgene?
It's a type of plastic bottle. It's just a fucking it's a pretentious plastic bottle.
I gotta look this shit up.
That's easy.
I have a Yeti. Suck my dick.
Yeah, no, these alternatives are not good for the environment.
Oh, those
She's
things
full
look
of shit.
stupid.
You can't even drink out of them without a special lid. I actually own one. It's kind of annoying to drink out of it.
I mean, the base price is $16 for a fucking water bottle. No, thank you.
Kiefer Dam's like Beyond Plastic. Yeah, it's like Beyond Burger. It's the Beyond Plastic version of a virtue signal.
Yeah, the virtue signal on these is that they're BPA free.
This is like all this is like these people need to put together a catalog like Neiman Marcus used to, and just call it Smug.
Wasn't that a
I think that I once heard someone refer to the sort of things that we witness, the solutions that go around for these sorts of problems. It's anti-human. Is what it is.
They're self-loathing, but they're not going to get their entire face in front of the shotgun. They want you to put yours in front of the shotgun because they're also narcissists. It's the weirdest thing. They're self-loathing narcissists. Everything is about them, and they hate themselves because they're part of the human race, but they want the rest of the human race to get Thanos, not them. They at least still have a small glimmer of a survival instinct in there. But I think we need to give them their mouse utopia. Give them an island, set it up for them exactly how they want it, and then they get nothing more.
Prospero, I am afraid that we're probably already in the late stages of the mouse utopia, if you know what I mean.
Well, with these guys, we are. Now, if we could just arena them up, the pay-per-view would cover the national debt. I mean, Harry suggested that Catalina Island would be a great place to send these utopian twats and put them on the island, give them the basics of what they need, and make sure that they have a little instruction in what they're supposed to do. And the only thing they have to agree to is that we get to put cameras on the island.
You know who we could put in charge of that island? What's the name of that World Economic Forum guy? The one who dresses like a Klingon?
Yeah, that dick.
Oh, as soon as you said, who we could put in charge of that island, I immediately thought Jeffrey Epstein.
He dead. Klaus. What the fuck is his last name? Schwab. Thank you, Klaus.
Am I muted? I've been saying Schwab for like.
Thank you, Terry. I couldn't hear you because the other assholes talked over you. It's like I missed something you said earlier.
All right.
Put him in charge. Let him be the first one to get the axe, because that's what's going to happen. If you put these entitled assholes in the same room and had like a single morsel of food in the middle of the room, they would kill each other instantly.
We saw that
all their high-minded talk would go out the window immediately.
The pandemic demonstrated that. They would have put Jewish school kids on train cars if somebody told them it would keep them from getting COVID.
Yes.
You want to know what's really funny about this Nalgene shit? It actually has the chance to leach endocrine disruptors, including BPA, even though they say that it's a BPA free product.
Stop making fun of paper straws.
Those are so stupid.
You do not need a straw. Period. You have a mouth.
Why do we need to make? If we don't need a straw, why can't we make fun of paper straw?
I need a straw to blow the blow dart tipped with curare into this woman's jugular. Just saying.
Use it.
Seriously though, anti-human. This person is anti-human. I want to make like a club. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Call it like Citizens Against Anti-Human Design, CAD, and make the club and just be like one of those people who goes on the news station saying, okay, what are they doing with the McDonald's? Because the McDonald's look totally soulless now. We want the old McDonald's back. We want regular straws, and we want to be able to drive cars around again.
I want my French fries cooked in fucking beef tallow again.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And what's more, I want them to offer supersize again. Fuck.
That stupid documentary.
You saying that. Imagine that. I'm stunned.
Fuck Morgan Spurlock. Fuck him straight to hell. He ruined the best part of McDonald's, the fucker.
Oh, was he that guy that did Supersize Me?
Yeah. He threw up after eating it. Yeah, guess what? You eat vegetables your whole life and then suddenly down an entire thing of French fries, you're going to feel a little ill.
And plus,
you get used to it.
Plus, nobody Nobody eats McDonald's 3 times a day for a month or even a longer period of time.
Yeah,
Nobody.
No, if they do, then I mean, screw them anyway. All right. Oh, spud gun. I know, not lard. It was beef tallow.
It was beef
Lard
tallow.
goes in the cream filling of the Oreos. We'll have the kosher Oreos and we'll have the non-kosher Oreos. I want my non-goddamn kosher Oreos.
Yeah,
back.
this
I'm a
new,
shiksa. I like the lard.
yeah, this new
And-
stuff
and-
tastes like chemicals.
It has
What's more,
for years.
I want the homemade donuts again. Not homemade, just the donuts that they make there at the store. Nobody makes donuts anymore. They get like this frozen shit and ship it 100,000 miles, and by the time it gets into your mouth, it's already stale.
I think
What
Jack
the
is doing
fuck
his
happened to
Are you
donuts?
sad
Jack
about
is-
Krispy Kreme, honey?
Jack is doing his Andy Rooney impression.
There's no yeah. There's no Krispy Kreme where he lives, and they don't put the hot sign on, and he doesn't run to get.
No, the
Oh.
closest Krispy Kreme there used to be to me was in fucking Saco, Maine. Who the fuck is gonna drive 3 hours?
Who the fuck
to
has ever
Krispy
heard
Kreme?
of that place anyway?
Sacco, Maine. Well, Jack, we already know how you
And they
feel
closed.
about people
And what's
from
more,
Maine.
they closed it down. I'd have to go to fucking Connecticut if I wanted to go to a Krispy Kreme now.
Oh,
You know,
sugar! I wish
back-
I wish I had a transporter because I could go when the hot sign came on here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just beam you some
Back,
melt in the mouth, lardy lard happiness.
back when Krispy
Yes.
Kreme came to Oregon, and they actually had police officers volunteer to guide traffic into the place. Oh, and they were warm as they were so warm and gooey and yummy and
The donuts or the cops?
the cops, obviously.
By and large, I mean, Krispy Kreme when they're warm are awesome, but by and large, I kind of prefer cake style donuts, not the scooshy glazed yeasty donuts. I'm more of a Dunkin' Donuts than a Krispy Kreme gal.
No.
But-
You don't have donuts anymore. They just have fucking coffee and all this other dumb shit. That,
I
Dunkin'
always like the
Donuts
Dunkin' Munchkins better than I like the donuts because you could pretend virtue while you eat an entire goddamn bucket full of them.
Speaking of gushy, gooey, and yeasty, we need to get back to this lady's article.
No, just one more thing. Dunkin' Donuts has betrayed New England.
Yes,
New
they
England
have.
went to fucking bat for Dunkin' Donuts for the longest fucking time, and they fucked up.
Yeah,
They
but they're
fucked
big
up
business
their
down here,
shit.
buddy.
They're shit.
They sold out.
awful.
They sold out to own the Mid Atlantic.
Uh,
Hi,
How lo-
James Colley.
how long till Jack shoots up his workplace? All right.
He'd get his hand jammed trying to get the clip in, and then he'd cry for a little while, and he'd forget about the plan.
All right. And now,
It make me sound like the kid who's like, I'm gonna leave home forever, and then he goes upstairs to pack, and then gets distracted and forgets
Yes.
the whole thing.
Mike Gunn says hi.
You'd catch the web of your thumb trying to load the clipazine, and then it would be like, "How?" and that would be all over.
Okay, you know what we need to have on the thing? A card that says 3 hours later.
Yes.
That's exactly what I put in chat.
I know.
all right. And now a sentence that has absolutely no self-awareness. You know what's
Mike
really
Gunn says hi. Mike R.
You know what's really sad? A grown-ass adult complaining about straws. Yeah,
What
yes.
about her writing about him?
I would agree. Person complaining about straws. You can get metal ones. You can get bamboo ones. You can carry them with you, or, hear me out, you could just not use straws.
You could suck it out my ass, you bitch. When you wrap it up.
With a bamboo straw?
Yeah, 'cause-
I'm gonna carry around my own straw. I have a special straw. I have a straw allergy, so I have to use a special straw.
Yeah, because bamboo's just always lying around all over the place. Yeah.
She's stealing panda food.
Yeah.
Make a straw out of pandas.
Oh.
Ooh, that would, I don't know. That might get stuck in your teeth.
Humans made
Make
it
it.
Humans made it thousands of years without them. You'll live.
Nuh-uh.
Are you having a kid soon? Most disposable diapers are made out of plastic.
Dun dun dun.
If you're concerned about plastic waste, you can do what I did. Get cloth diapers and rags. Get a sprayer attachment for your toilet. We only use disposable diapers when absolutely necessary.
She's bred. She's bred.
Oh, there goes Terry.
We tried to use sustainable ones. It helped. Whoa. He is really speeding off.
Gee, you hate the article that much, huh, Terry?
Ditch your K-Cup machine. The founder of Keurig regrets his own company. Isn't that something? A lot of single-serving coffee systems offer recycling programs now. They're a hassle. The world goes through 39,000 coffee pods in a minute. Most of them wind up in landfills.
Awesome.
I have an idea.
Oh, the people that drink coffee will have a very big problem with you if you decide to take away their K-Cups.
No shit, our house would burn to the ground.
I have an idea. Grow the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Use a regular coffee maker. If you don't want to make an entire pot, guess what? You don't have to.
Oh, you stupid twat waffle. Do you know how difficult it is to make 2 cups of coffee exactly?
You can make half a pot. You can buy a tiny coffee maker. You can get a French press. It's simple.
Jack says hi.
Hi,
Jack says
son.
hi. Frosty
Hey,
says hi.
son.
Prospero says hi. Prospero.
Who? Well, then bite me.
Braniel says hi.
Go through your groceries. The worst plastics are things like yogurt and hummus containers. Most
Sora says
facilities.
hi.
Hummus.
Keith says hi. Pissed off Shih Tzu says hi.
Somehow I knew this was a hummus theater.
Most facilities can't recycle them. They take up a lot of space. They're not essential. Take hummus.
Why don't you just come down here and read chat? Okay, Sora says hi.
Hi, Sora.
Keith says hi.
Hi, Keith.
Pissed off Shih Tzu says hi.
Hi, Pistol.
Spud Gun.
Hi, Spud.
Hate Camel says hi.
Hi, Hey Camel.
And I don't see anybody else. So
And hi to
Oh,
everybody
Green
else.
Badger.
Green Badger says hi.
Hi, Green Badger.
Anybody else want to say hello while my wife is
Did
You want
Dax,
to say hi now?
did Dax say hello?
Oh, Dax says hi.
Hi, Dax.
Keisho says hi.
Hi, Kate.
Johnny Blaze says hi.
Who does?
Johnny Blaze.
Hi, Johnny Blaze.
Okay,
Casual.
that's it. No more highs.
All right, I'm definitely muted because I said hi as well.
Harry says hi.
Hi, Terry.
Take hummus. You can make that yourself. You just need chickpea powder and a handful of other ingredients. Tahini, lemon juice, olive oil, salt,
Oh,
etc.
stop. Stop.
Fuck is tahini?
Who doesn't have
It's
tahini in their
sesame
kitchen?
Paste. It's sesame paste.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie. Hummus is
Essential
delicious.
ingredient in hummus. I detest hummus.
Oh,
so
hummus is nasty.
It's delicious.
I don't like chickpeas. That's part of the problem.
Even if some of that comes in plastic bags and bottles, you'll be using a tiny fraction of the plastic over the long term.
So basically, now this woman is justifying the use of plastic. But you'll only use it over a long period of time, so it's fine now.
I think that this woman really needs to stick to her guns and just start growing all of her own food from her own seeds. No more plastic containers at all. Never again. You're not allowed, or you get shot.
Remember, only use plastic in
With a
emergencies.
plastic bullet.
Only use plastic in emergencies, like when you need hummus.
I think that Spud is right. I think this woman just needs to get laid. Needs to get fucking laid.
I wonder if
Not
her
yet.
I wonder if her dildo's made out of plastic.
No, that's made out of hummus.
Oh God!
She's got a hummus dildo.
Ew!
A different kind of hummus, I'm afraid.
That's a special kind of yeast infection.
What were you gonna say, Terry?
Oh, then Spud said this chick needs to get laid. All I said was, not it.
Yeah.
Pass. You'll swipe. Is it swipe left or swipe right?
There'll be 2 dark circles like right above my
Warm
penis
hummus
from
in a
where her
condom.
eyes were.
Oh, Sora!
Almost butt plug.
Sora!
Oh.
Eve! Oh!
At least
Sora!
your women saying this.
Sora! Let me write that down.
Carved wood from a rubber tree. You're probably not wrong, Dad.
I love sushi, but grocery store / takeout sushi comes in the worst plastic packaging. So if I want it, I make it
Don't like
myself.
sushi.
You make it the plastic yourself?
The
She makes
sushi,
her
I'm guessing.
sushi herself.
Go through your groceries. Look at what kind of container it comes in. Switch to a
I
brand.
bet she does not make her sushi herself.
I highly doubt that. Yeah.
I'm not sure she has the capability. No.
Yep, she goes out and catches the fish and all that, yeah.
Well, we know Sanguine isn't married to her, so she's not making her own sushi.
This is the exact type of person
God, her.
I would
virtue
believe.
is-
I believe that she made her own sushi. This is the exact type of person
Hope we know
who
where she gets
has
the
an
fish
excess
from.
of time and money. They,
Yes.
they don't
Yeah.
have to do. They don't actually have to worry about real world
Her
problems.
husband's an anesthesiologist, don't you know?
Yeah, exactly. They
Mhm.
don't have to worry about real world problems. They don't have to worry about the amount of time it takes to prepare these sorts of things, or the amount of money that it takes to be able to get organic bullshit.
Yeah,
They
it's-
have no real connection to the real world. They have no real connection to real people's problems.
It's like
They-
AOC complaining about the gardens, the urban gardens and cauliflower.
Yeah,
It's
it's
that-
total nonsense. She's a functionless idiot in any real scenario.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, she belongs in the Utopia island that Harry was suggesting we put. I really do want to watch that. I mean, we've already seen versions of it on Survivor, so
So yeah.
but real life would be even more entertaining.
This woman describes herself as an unfluencer instead of an influencer. She's an unfluencer, and on her Substack it says, "Okay, Doomer."
Oh, she's deconstructing influence. How
Mm.
lovely!
Yeah.
She has hundreds of paid subs.
I don't. Got that. Patsies. Honest to God, there are people on Substack who just are like intellectual, playing with pseudo intellectual thoughts.
I'm sure that there's lots and lots of.
It's like
sims
Twitch
this
for the
chick.
literate.
Yeah, there's a lot of sims out there that see this chick and be like, "Oh my god, I can totally
Uh-huh.
have her. Here, have some money."
Honest to God, make it end, Frosted. Quickly, I'll shut up. I promise.
Let's see. Switch to a brand that uses a more sustainable container, glass, aluminum, etc. If you can't, see if you can make it yourself with less plastic. It makes a difference. Overall, your takeout habits. A lot of takeout and fast food uses plastic. It doesn't matter if they say it's recyclable. It's probably not. So ditch it.
Well,
Less
fast food, it probably has plastic in it.
Less processing equals less plastic. Here's a good general rule. The more processed something is, the more packaging it needs, which means the more plastic it uses. So cook more of your own meals, buy less stuff, buy used stuff. Yeah, buy used food.
How about if we cook the food over a flame of burning plastic?
Yeah. Join
Evil.
That's recycling right there.
join a buy nothing group. You mean children? The less you consume, the more you do things for yourself, the less plastic you'll use. You don't have to banish plastic from your life. You just need to eliminate the disposable kind. While you're doing that, you can protest. You can spread the word. You can write letters to politicians and plastic companies telling them to stop lying to everyone.
You
go
can
fuck
glue
yourself.
yourself to a chair with a petroleum product and claim that you're virtue signaling for the climate.
You can go protest at Volkswagen. Well, they'll just lock your ass in a warehouse and forget
I
you.
love that, and turn the goddamn lights and heat off. Oh, German ruthlessness at the peak. It was great, even though I think it's the Chinese that build Volkswagens now. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
That was so German. Nighty night.
Sure, you can sit on your ass and blame corporations for everything while sucking iced lattes through a straw. It's not very helpful.
Oh, I'm sure that you know all about sucking. Oh, did I say that? My bad.
Spread the word. Plastic companies aren't just trying to expand the use of plastics in the US. They're forcing plastic on everyone in the developing world. We can stop it. If we force them to switch to better packaging in the developed world, they'll probably do it globally. That's cheaper for them.
No, they won't. Bullshit, they won't. The developing world is everything. They go by cost. If it's cheaper, they're going to use the cheaper, more
Did
worse
she
products.
have any idea
No.
how desperately poor so many of the people in the developing world are?
Why do you think they call it the developing world?
Yeah,
A
less people.
pre-takeoff economy can't do anything about this, sweetheart. It's why they're still using coal.
Less people will have food, but at least there will be less plastic.
While China steals other lithium and other things that they could sell, they're still having to use coal because they're going to starve otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something bad about our global masters?
Oh, well, I'm sure that Europe will be following very closely with their little coal. With their coal.
Yeah, well, at least somebody's going to build a nuclear power plant.
I'm sure that in a moment our video is going to have a little disclaimer at the bottom linking to a Wikipedia article explaining that China is the greatest nation on earth.
Yeah.
Probably will.
China does.
Make a game out of it. We love to gamify. We love to gamify things.
Gamify? That just sounds wrong. Like gamify? Is there a missing Y in there somewhere?
It isn't a word to begin with.
My Dungeons and Dragons character is a they them.
My orc identifies as an elf.
And then she's an intersectional feminist. Good God, named Bob.
So,
Transsexual elf that thinks that they're an orc.
I wish we could play Frosted on 1.5 speed, because it would make this a whole lot easier to take.
Continue.
so gamify plastic. Challenge your friends to see how much plastic they can cut out of their lives. Challenge yourself. Try this. Every time you buy plastic, God kills a kitten. In a way, it's true. Every piece of plastic.
This is like The Simpsons, where Principal Skinner is saying, try to make a game of it. See how many envelopes you can lick in an hour, then try to break that record.
Every piece of plastic does wind up causing death. Stop thinking about millions of tons of plastic floating around in lakes and rivers. Think of all the dead wildlife. Imagine millions of dead kittens floating in the ocean. That would be pretty funny.
Home Depot, do you have any all plastic wood chippers? You do? Awesome.
I would totally live on an island of dead kittens. All right. It hits you hard, doesn't it? It should.
Do you think this woman is a NIMBYist?
A what? Oh, not in my
NIMBYist?
backyard.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I get that. I get that impression
She's
from.
probably anti-nuclear too, because the pass keys to get into the building have plastic in them.
Yeah, the amount of virtue signaling from this bitch. You're just like, you know what? You're probably the type that says, "Oh, no more plastic," but she's probably the first one to go and grab that 2-liter bottle, just gulp that shit
She's
down.
probably
So-
driving a Corvette, which might as well just be completely made out of plastic.
Sora Luna says, and I have to use her I have to try for her voice. Maybe the next plastic piece will be the death of this author. Hope is a great thing.
Sora's voice, number one, is not that high, and that is execrable version of her accent. Don't do that. Don't do that ever again on behalf of Sora. Don't speak her name again, Jack.
Apparently, Sora's a character in like a Gumby short or something.
Next thing you know, she's going to be skating on her feet and calling her best friend Pokey.
God almighty.
Well, it would make
She's
sense.
laughing at it.
It would make sense if Sora's best friend was Pokey.
She is going to kill each and every one of you. And I am going to help her.
I think we should send her a link just so she can talk Jack down.
All right. Well, with the end of the first article comes the first game.
Why do you hate Sora?
We don't hate Sora.
The first game that is the best game.
And that is Sad Libs Double Prompt Edition,
DP.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
where I
You
take
like DP, don't you?
where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys have to fill in those words Mad Lib style, and then I'll do a poll for the chat so they can decide which one is best. All right, so Jack, I need a verb ending in ing.
Stop.
All right, Moon, I need a verb.
In the name of love.
A verb, huh? Yeah. How about sodomize?
It's a good one. I like that.
Yes, it is.
All right, Terry, I need a person.
By way of apologizing for Jack, Sora Luna.
Oh!
Oh. Wait, your form of apology is introducing her to this game?
Yes.
All right, Prospero, I need a type of person.
A nun.
Oh!
All right, and Terry, give me a plural noun.
Faggots.
Pooping faggots. All right. And Prospero, give me a location plural.
Crematoria.
Sodomize in the crematoria.
All right. Let's see. Jack, give me a plural
Right
noun.
up that stovepipe, buddy.
I have to think of something. All I can think is
In the
oops.
name.
Stop.
Shit. Give me a moment.
All right. Moon, give me a living thing plural.
Whores.
All right.
Is this opposite day?
Wait,
All right.
don't you do your Sora Luna impression?
All right. You
I
got
could
one, Jack?
never make my voice sound that beautiful in a million years.
Going with the last article, I'm going to say dildos.
Sora Luna and dildos.
I can never remember if it's OS or OES.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
OS.
just OS.
Yeah.
It can be OES if you like tornadoes with an OES.
I spell it OES personally.
Of course you do, because you're an affected twat.
All right. So Jack's is abolish pooping, save the world, eat faggots.
I like
exactly what do they taste like?
crematoria. Or
The
dildos,
question
one or the
is, do faggots come in plastic containers?
Mm.
other.
All right.
Suck them with a straw.
But I think faggots are made out of pork, aren't they?
Oh,
Mrs. Brains are, I think, pork
I thought
faggots.
I
but I'm
thought
not
that fags are
positive.
made out of paper and tobacco.
Those are fags.
Yeah.
Faggots are
Somebody-
meatballs.
Faggots are British food.
Somebody
Yeah,
clip
it's-
Prospero saying those are fags.
No, a fag is a cigarette, and
Yes.
a faggot is a bundle. Faggots are also a bundle of sticks, but there are also faggots and gravy, which is a meatball, kind of like a meatloafy meatball in gravy. And there's was it Mrs. Brains or something straight? I mean, it's probably Mrs. Bryan's, and I'm
I
trying
don't
to.
know any brands. I just know faggots and gravy.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of it. A friend of mine was banned from a site for using that phrase, faggots and gravy, and he linked the recipe to it.
There, I mean,
and
there
they
was a guy
banned
who
him
got
for
banned
hate
for saying
speech.
niggardly, and that's got nothing to do with the slur. It's just
Right.
sounds
Yeah.
vaguely similar.
A guy it was a guy who lost his job at working for the city of for the District of Columbia. Spudgun said it is Mr. Brains, and they're lovely. Yeah, they really do. The picture, generally frozen food pictures are kind of sad, but those actually looked quite good.
Oh, and
A little
Frosted's,
bit like Swedish meatballs.
Frosted's tip of the day, don't Google faggots and gravy. All right.
Well, you've got to do English faggots and gravy or British faggots and gravy, and then you see what you needed to see.
All right. So
Maybe.
Moons is, you can't sodomize with us. A look at racism in crematoria.
Racism in crematoria.
All right. And Terry's, Sora Luna's anti-Semitism threatens Jewish dildos.
Oh no! Oh, that's gonna win right there.
Wow, Jewish dildos, huh?
All right. And Prospero's, I finally realized I'm no feminist, but just a nun. A message to whores especially.
That's kind of tragic.
Nuns and whores.
Terry's is perfect.
All right. And give me a second. I'll start a poll so the chat can vote which is best.
There's kind of a elegant simplicity about eat faggots.
There is, Jack, but you're still not gonna win, baby. It's all right. You
Well,
could sodomize racists in crematoria and balance off the whole thing with moonshots.
Well, anything that Sora's in usually wins, so that's just a default thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say that she invented COVID and she'll still win.
Well, she didn't mean to.
Jack, give us an impression of Sora saying she invented
No,
Corona.
good God, no. No, he is not allowed to say her name anymore.
Don't you ever say her name!
I'm sorry for inventing COVID, guys.
No! Mute him!
Well, I think Terry has a healthy lead with 78%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if YouTube will let me, but I'll put the link that Spud sent me into chat.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it looks like it went through.
I don't see it.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
It'll show up for you, but I don't think it'll show up for anybody else.
All right, well,
Yeah, I don't think
Dante gives us the Will Smith line. Keep Sora's name out your fucking mouth.
all right.
Yeah, okay. If you guys can't see it, then yeah, it got censored because it does have faggot in the URL.
That's
Yeah.
why.
All right, well, I'll end the poll there. So Terry wins with 76%, 75% of the vote.
Mm-hmm.
Does YouTube allow the tiny URL?
I'm not going to bother shortening it. Just post it in chat.
All right, so now our second article. Donald Trump should be executed for treason.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Oh, another one.
I need a drink.
Yeah, I've got.
And I don't drink.
I've got to go
Brandon
mainline.
will beat you to it.
I gotta go mainline a little bit of heroin. I'll be right back. Okay.
Harry Sites?
I was thinking it was going to be written by Eric Idle.
We've killed people for a hell of a lot less.
Yeah, we've seen what happens in the Ukraine.
Oh God, what the?
I mean,
is that?
he's technically right. We have killed people for a lot less than what Donald Trump's done. It's not a good thing, but it is true.
What the fuck is that? That's just scary as fuck. He's got this.
That's a scab. Stop picking at it.
He's got this disgusting looking blotch on his forehead, and you're like, "What the hell is that thing?" All right, let me get this guy's picture. Just a moment.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that these people have hung on to this one thing for so freaking long.
There you go.
Meanwhile, the counterpoint to that, or the point that normal, rational person would use is, Hillary Clinton should be in jail. And we let that go pretty quickly after she lost the election.
Yeah, but she did nothing wrong.
Yeah. It's just let it go. Just for the love of Christ, he didn't do anything. You haven't gotten him on anything. It's been like 6 years and you have not stopped trying and you have not stopped lying about the man. Just for the love of Christ, let it go.
Ethel and Julius.
He's a climate changer. He's a top writer, and he's also a returned Peace Corps volunteer.
He looks like he would be someone's bitch in prison.
Yes.
All right. Ethel and Julius Rosenberg were executed in 1953 for allegedly providing top-secret information about how to construct atomic bombs to the USSR. Ethel's brother, David Greenglass, testified against them to save himself and his wife. He had worked on the Manhattan Project, and while Ethel's involvement is still debatable, most historians agree that David Greenglass and Julius Rosenberg were guilty. Hoover was hesitant to allow Ethel to be executed, as the optics of killing a young mother whose complicity was questionable would horrify most Americans, and several people believed, and continue to believe, that the Rosenbergs were killed just because they were members of the Communist Party.
What, you need more reason than that?
Man. In the end, the prosecution got its way and both Julius and Ethel were executed via electrocution. Trump's prompting of the January 6th insurrection is legally punishable by death.
It wasn't an insurrection, you stupid fuckface.
Yeah, it says right there it is.
Okay.
If a former president, he wasn't former president at the time, attempted an insurrection or provided an adversarial country with confidential information 100 years ago, they would have been hung shortly thereafter. Didn't Biden, give some defense information on Russia?
Yeah, if you want to define the term insurrection, see what the current administration is doing and all the bullshit along with it. That is your insurrection.
Anything you claim that Donald Trump has done, Joe Biden or his ilk have actually done, and in much, much worse fashion than you accuse Trump of doing.
Yeah, and
just off topic a bit, but my car is drooling over faggots in chat.
Yeah. But my car just discovered something about himself.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
he just found out that he loves faggots.
So why are we dragging our feet when it comes to prosecuting Trump? And why has there been no mention of the penalty justice demands?
You want to know why? Because he didn't do anything wrong, you dipshit. That's why.
He led January 6th. He led January 6th.
He was right there with all those people as they stormed the Capitol, right?
He rode in on a horse, waving a sword in the air.
On a white horse.
this guy is clearly a communist. Maybe we should execute him along with the Rosenbaums.
Mm-hmm. You ask this guy, what do you think about socialism? It's awesome. There you go. Boom. You're dead.
Commies to the wall.
The answer is because we're chicken shits, and we're afraid of all the wrong things. Instead of worrying that a lack of accountability will embolden Trump and others like him to keep on dismantling democracy, we're scared that his followers would be too upset and don't want to be divisive. This
Prospero, I got a question for you.
Since when have you given a solitary shit about being divisive?
I think Prospero might have walked away.
I think Prospero probably walked away after I did my second imitation of Sora.
No, I think she's realized that the more she talks, the longer this takes. And she wants to get out of here as soon as possible.
If you all had been paying attention, I've changed my name twice. It's kind of clear I'm here.
This strategy has worked out just great so far. The more decent people bend, the more rotten ones take. And the one issue that Americans are relatively unified on is the fact that the wealthy and powerful can get away with anything. The law just doesn't apply to them. This makes the more...
hold on just a second. Prospero, I know that I haven't talked to him in a while, but what does Skeptalk have to say about all this bullshit? I'm sure that he has a very big opinion of it. If I can ask. I'm sure that he has plenty to say about this. I just want a quick summarization, if that's even possible.
Bullshit.
There you go. See? Done.
But there's airtight evidence here.
Oh, yeah.
This makes the more craven among us want to become wealthy themselves.
Yeah, what kind of crazy person wants to be wealthy?
But what we need is a public execution to show citizens that you can't buy your way out of everything. At least not anymore.
Yeah, public execution of Donald Trump, not the current administration. Okay.
As for those who raided the Capitol or colluded, they should be executed as well. But not Ray Epps. He did nothing wrong.
Do you also mean those lovely, what were they, security guards or officers or whatever that just let them right in as if they wanted them to do what they did? You can't tell me that they're just like, oh, no, we're so scared for our lives. We just let him in. If you were any kind of security, you would have let them, you would have slammed those doors shut and fucking put one of those big ass boards across the back that would not allow it to be open. Not just let them on in just because.
And then break out like the boiling oil like in medieval times.
Yes. Pour fucking oil on them, set them afire, but I don't buy this. If this had any teeth to it, then there would have been a hell of a lot more resistance against these so-called insurrectionists. Something was not right that day, and I would hesitate to say that there was a lot of insiders from the other side that say, hey, look, we're just going to go ahead and make this an insurrection, because insurrection is such a bad word. Sorry, continue.
If Trump supporters lash out by committing crimes, they should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. If these crimes constitute treason, they should also be executed.
Yeah.
You want treason? Take a look at the current administration, fuckface.
If unicorns were real.
Innocent black and brown people often rot in jail or prison for years. Leaders of the civil war.
Who put them there?
Mm-hmm.
That's not important, Jack.
Me think. Could a Kamala have anything to do with that?
No, it can't because she was too busy on her knees.
Yeah.
Oh. she was defining the term.
She was too busy servicing another Brown.
She was defining the term heels up. So
oh my God, here we go.
I like that she had Willie in her mouth is true in two different ways.
Yeah. And Willie Brown's still trying to wash it off.
Mhm.
Leaders of the civil rights movement were assassinated, and this was
And
for
that had nothing to do with Donald Trump, for God's sake.
No, they were sentenced and convicted and sentenced to be assassinated.
Yeah,
That's how it worked.
Medgar Evers and Martin Luther King's assassinations and Malcolm X's had fuck all to do with what this person is. They're just trying to link shit now, aren't they? Okay.
But 40 million bigots and their leader get a pass. So this person wants to kill 40 million people?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, by their own admission.
Yeah.
Yeah. The author necessarily wants to kill. It's not even really 40 million. The author's talking about Trump voters, but the fact is, roughly half of America supported Donald Trump. You think they're going to get a pass either? The author wants to kill half of America.
Let's see.
Probably more.
A few lackeys were imprisoned. That's always the way it goes when a wealthy or powerful person commits a grievous crime. They pay their underlings to go to federal prisons that would seem like resorts to most of us. When they're released a few years later with heavier wallets, no one remembers or cares. I'm typically not a proponent of capital punishment, but if anything, our leaders should be held to a higher standard than we are, as we have empowered them to serve us, not crap on us at every available opportunity.
So Donald Trump, who is no longer president, should be held to a higher standard, yet Joe Biden, who is currently president, doesn't need to be held to any standard at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Just checking.
I mean, you can't convict Biden of anything because you need the two components. You need the act, but also the intent. And Biden doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
No, he doesn't.
He's not. He can't be deliberately malicious. He doesn't have his own thoughts.
Yeah.
That's why they're able to get away with what they're getting away with. They're hiding behind a man
Oh,
who's not
yeah.
mentis. Yeah, it's
Anybody who
great.
thinks
It's a great little plan, and he has the ambitious Lady Macbeth of a wife, so it's the perfect foil for the Susan Rices of the world.
That's Dr. Macbeth.
Dr. Lady. You are correct. That's Dr. Lady Macbeth.
Well, I mean, anybody who thinks that Biden is really in control or is any kind of a leader, this is just it's just completely. Who was the guy that did the Federal Reserve Act again?
I mean,
Woodrow Wilson.
Yes, yeah. This is almost like a Woodrow Wilson because
after the stroke, Edith. Yeah, but
Yes.
that was after the stroke.
Of course.
Yeah, and that was another Lady Macbeth. But
yes,
he was horrible, and so's Joe. See, I'd feel more compassion for the abuse of the elderly if this guy hadn't been a shitbag his entire life. It's just kind of gross to see public comeuppance like this. It's just gross. That's all it is.
Also, remember, this is the guy who bragged publicly about basically his corrupt dealings with Ukraine. What was it?
We don't know even
prosecutor. That prosecutor fired or something.
Yeah, I mean, he was just.
He bragged about that. I would say that's pretty clear evidence that he knew what he was doing.
And why do you think
my perfect phone call quid pro quo? There is quid pro quo is not against the law, by the way.
And people keep saying, "Oh, nothing happened in Ukraine." Oh, blah, blah. Joe Biden's not.
Bullshit.
And my biggest question is, why do you think we keep sending billions over there? Why are we laundering so much money? Because they have something on him.
Yeah,
they absolutely have something.
Still laundering money over there.
Yes, I mean every dollars, if not billions, over to fucking Ukraine for no reason other than to probably keep themselves out of hot water.
Yeah, it's Russia, by the way.
Yeah, that's the excuse they use.
Because the Ukrainians are perfect angels. They didn't do anything wrong. They're in nothing, nobody cut off the water to Crimea or, this is the kind of stuff that such junior league lightweight foreign policy. It's agonizing.
but it's also extremely dangerous too, because you see.
Well,
the
yes, it
flags
is
that these
because
people
it's
are waving.
driven. It's driven by fantasy of Russia, Russia, Russia.
Yes.
Look, Putin is a piece of shit. Okay, nobody likes Vladimir Putin. Trying to defend the Russians in this is always almost impossible because he's such a detestable character. But this painting of the Ukraine as a crowd of innocent choir boys who have had no hand whatsoever in what fate has laid out at present is insane. And nobody ever suggested having a vote in these contested provinces where there are majority Russian speakers and majority ethnic Russian, even though sorting ethnic Russian from ethnic Ukrainian is like sorting the Norwegians from the Swedes. It's still Crimea was always part of Russia. You know, a deal could have been hammered out.
Oh, there was.
If anybody was engaging in realpolitik, a deal could have been hammered out. Turn the fucking water back on, agree not to join NATO, and then threaten everybody rather soundly that if they violate the agreement, everybody's getting hosed.
Well, if the UK had kept their mouth shut, this all would have been resolved back in March.
Well, Boris.
Yeah, that was 2 prime ministers ago.
A wonder chimp.
All right.
I mean, they're going through frickin' prime ministers like underwear. It's like, how long is this next one going to last?
Well, it wasn't going to be resolved under Biden because a war is good business.
Yeah, it is.
So
it absolutely is.
If you think that DC wanted a resolution to this issue, that was one of their problems with Trump. He was a little too good accidentally at foreign policy. And he had Putin wondering what the fuck it was he was going to do next.
Well, in the situation,
which is a great way to have an adversary, by the way.
Yeah, and do you really think we'd be in the situation we're in now if Trump was still president? Fuck
No.
no.
Yeah.
No way.
No, they would have hammered out an agreement, and we wouldn't be going through this whether or not the Ukraine is going to attend the G20. They're not a member. Nobody gives a shit.
And when
they
Trump
weren't going to be invited.
When Trump made a threat, you kind of felt like he might actually do it.
Well, look, he really did get Rocket Boy to leave his country, which is the first. Nobody in the Kim family had set foot out of North Korea. So that will tell you something right there about keeping people off. Keep them on their back foot. They don't know what it is that you might do.
Yeah, and metaphorically speaking, when was the last time you saw a U.S. president put his dick on the table and say, okay, what you got? Trump did exactly that.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He shit posted in foreign policy.
Yeah.
But he didn't when it came to what Jared Kushner was doing in the Middle East. There was some serious business going on there and some really seriously amazing deals being struck. But nobody will acknowledge that because ew, Orange Man, and ooh, not our Jew.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Which I hate to put it that way, but that's very much the case. Kushner and Stephen Miller, not our Jews. You know, that kind of.
Yeah. Or race traitors.
Absolutely. Just like Ben Carson and
Herschel Walker. Clarence Thomas.
Clarence.
They're not the what I've heard referred to as suicide Jews.
Correct. Yeah, they're not suicide Jews. They're not in love with Palestinians for some unknown goddamned reason.
Is that where they bomb a place because they were overcharged?
Yeah, unfortunately, no. It's where they bare their belly to their enemy and then act surprised when they're gutted.
All right, let's see. The same applies to police. We have granted them powers that come with responsibilities. And one of them is to hold themselves to a higher level of scrutiny than they do the general public. It takes courage to be a whistleblower, just as it takes courage to enforce the law after allowing the wealthy and powerful to skirt it for so long. But
His
the
name
path
was Seth Rich.
But the path we're on now is toward a slow but inevitable death. We need to pick a new path and accept that we have responsibilities too. We're the
Can it
one.
be a faster but still inevitable death?
Yeah, a couple of razor blades and a warm tub. I don't know. We're the ones who allowed the country and the world to collapse, and we're the ones who are going to have to fix it.
Oh my God, the hubris. Jesus Christ.
We begin by applying the laws that have carried us this far to the rich and powerful, no matter how popular they might be. This starts with prosecuting and executing Trump.
Ha! They just want to murder Donald Trump, and they're trying to come up with a reason for it.
It's for the good
It's
of the world.
humanitarian thing to do to murder our political enemies.
It's for the good of the world,
This
Prospero.
person's a fucking fascist.
The greater good.
Of course it is. We'll just kill this one guy and everything will be fine.
And there won't be a next guy. We promise there won't be a next guy that we demand to kill
Jesus
because he's
Christ.
our political enemy.
Did they have any idea? Well, oh my God. The projection in this is extraordinary and dangerous. I mean, this kind of rhetoric is unbelievably dangerous. You know, it's peculiar enough that Paul Pelosi let the police into his house, which we found out today. That they showed up for this so-called concern
Prostitute.
check. And
it was an evil Trump supporter, and saying anything else is evil.
The hammer blow to the head didn't occur until the police were already in the room.
Maybe the police did it.
No, but it's really... We're not supposed to say anything about that, and it didn't happen, even though NBC was reporting it loud and clear on the air.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Are we not allowed to say that it was a male prostitute yet?
No. No, it's just some really weird person who had to be an insurrectionist of some kind with posters of Donald Trump in his bedroom.
Let's just say you could probably find photos online of Paul Pelosi and gravy.
No. No. No, do not Google that, anyone.
That was a slow burn. All right. Okay. So with the end of the second article comes the second game, which is for the chat only, boobs.
Yeah.
And that is the caption contest, where I'll show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. So, this week, we have a still from good old Fetterman's latest political ad.
I swear I thought that was an ad for Coke when I first saw it.
Can I just say, it was a budget political ad that he made for several years ago. He didn't have the stroke back then. This is a different one. This isn't the Mean Joe Green one. Because I actually thought the Mean Joe Green one was a little charming for a budget political ad. Even though I don't care for Fetterman.
I haven't seen that one. Oh, apparently we can find hot girls here.
Where?
Oh, Hey Camel deleted it. Oh.
Now we'll never find them.
Let's see. Who am I? Run, little boy, and I grab the shotgun. Run, I will give you a 10-second head start. I'm only gonna say this one more time. I'm a goddamn sailboat.
It's a goddamn sailboat. It's a Mallrats reference.
Oh. You're not too young to be held at gunpoint, son. John, can I have my Coke now?
That looks like a Corona.
I'm leaning towards Della so far.
Mm.
Oh, and also we
I'm
have
just thinking. I'm just thinking of Eddie Murphy's Richard Pryor impression. Tell him to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
hello,
especially the T-shirt they put the kid in.
Yeah.
hello and good night. You ever hear anyone say, "I'm gonna butter your bread"? Fracking bad, good, frack, fuck.
That's not far off the current.
Is that T-shirt an offer of
Sora.
your services?
Yeah, I like it, Campbell.
Do you like gladiator movies?
Airport ripoff. Airplane ripoff.
Do you ever hang around in gymnasiums?
Do you have any
And
fried
locker room.
taters?
Poor Ebony. She's like, why have a kid wear that T-shirt?
Hmm.
Because he's a token.
I said what you wanted. Can you release my dad now?
Okay,
Yeah, I like that a lot, Cougar Knife.
Yeah, the shirt may as well say "I'm brown."
Have you ever been in a Turkish bathhouse? What do you think about the Greeks?
Oh, God. James.
Basketball American, please. Wait, Corn Pop Jr.?
I wonder if Fetterman was Corn Pop.
No, Corn Pop was black.
Are we sure?
Yeah. They actually figured out who Corn Pop was. I forget his name, but it was some black dude.
You ever
course.
So
It
Corn
was.
Pop was actually a real person.
Yeah.
And
It wasn't
and,
just a person Joe Biden made up, because he makes up a lot of shit.
and he was a bad dude.
No, there was an actual guy. I don't know if he was actually known as Corn Pop. I assume he was, but they did actually find like a black guy that was in the same pool as Biden when he was, and there had been an altercation. I think Biden's telling of the story is inaccurate, but there
course it
was an
is.
altercation with a black man, and they identified who that guy was.
Biden probably chased him off with a chain because he was afraid.
let's see. You ever seen a grown man naked? You want to? What's the best fried chicken joint? All right, I think I'll cut it off there.
Says join, not joint.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing he meant joint.
Mhm.
Well, I have to go with the initial airplane reference. Do you like gladiator movies?
I'm going Cougar Knife with the I said what you want now. Can you release my dad?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with that one.
Yeah.
I like the. Do you have any fried taters?
I actually think the original airplane quote is, "Do you like movies about gladiators?" It's slightly different.
All right, Prospero, what's your vote?
Cougar Knife.
All right. Well, it looks like Cougar Knife is the winner this week then.
There were plenty of other great ones, guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right.
What was
So-
Cougars?
I'll just
That
copy
was-
that down.
He
and-
said, I said what you wanted. Can you release my dad now?"
Oh.
All right. So I'll tweet that out after the show.
That
All
dude looks scary as fuck.
He looks like Kingpin if he had eaten paint chips as a kid.
Oh my God, are you talking about Daredevil?
Dylan.
Yeah.
Kingpin?
Yeah.
Oh, Vince D'Onofrio?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's a Downsy Vincent
Wow.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, D'Onofrio is kind of freaking spooky looking.
Yeah, well, he works.
It's
at that.
Mhm.
no, it's Kingpin mixed with Sling Blade.
But he does, yeah, because he does have that kind of Neanderthal brow, the heavy forehead.
Mhm.
D'Onofrio does, but I know, yeah, it is. It's a little bit
A
like,
fat sling blade.
yeah.
I like the way you talk.
But
Shouldn't-
it is an insult, Dax. You're right. Don't compare Fetterman to D'Onofrio.
Shouldn't have done that. He was just a boy.
He really likes the French fried potatoes.
Do you know where the nearest Popeyes is?
I believe one of them was from Arkansas. All right. So now our third article on free speech. Why the free marketplace of ideas isn't free.
Wait, before you scroll down, I want to see this fucker's name.
It costs $1.05.
Freedom is a
is this- Is this gonna be Twitter Cope? Please tell me it's Twitter Cope.
Lud code. That's not a person.
Freedom of speech is essential to human society and the future of all nations on earth. Without this liberty, we are nothing except simple pawns to tyranny. Although this fact has remained throughout yore, one question still stands. How much freedom of speech is too much?
You want to know
Wow.
how much of a dipshit this person is? They have an article called "Yes, you can be racist toward white people."
Okay.
Oh, did they actually do the "you're" wrong?
Well, it has remained throughout your. It's a
Oh.
peculiar use of,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't
The
sound
word.
right.
and there is no question about how much freedom of speech is too much if freedom of speech is essential to human society. So we're already hitting peak cog disc. Go ahead.
Well, that's what makes the United States unique, is that we do have that absolute freedom of speech, but they're trying to take it away.
Yes, and they're now questioning how much you can actually have.
I'm sorry. There is
And-
no such thing as too much freedom of
Congress
speech. Fuck off.
Yeah,
shall make no law limiting the free expression.
this person is about to argue that
Yep.
the most extreme viewpoints should be censored, and then they're going to list milquetoast conservative viewpoints as being far right extremist.
Take Elon Musk. This is Twitter cope. Yes.
Take Elon Musk, who I hear is a poster child for narcissism. A 51
richest man.
a 51-year-old billionaire. Musk believes that all humans
How
ought-
dare he?
I know.
Billion. I hate him already.
But you know what the ultimate virtue signal is? He's an African American.
Why could
He can't be. He's white.
I saw a great headline from it wasn't the Babylon Bee, but was like some sort of satirical newspaper, and it basically said Elon Musk spends $40 billion on Twitter when he could have sent that money to the Ukraine.
Oh,
I quoted that in chat a while ago.
Yeah.
You did. I saw that, Terry.
Let's see.
Okay, so we're going to take Elon, the
Uh,
51-year-old billionaire
Musk believes
who
that
has bought Twitter.
Musk believes that all humans ought to hold the liberty to speak their minds, no matter how big it is.
Okay, English fail.
Yeah.
yes, I'm gonna have to agree with Ebony. Look at all those fascists in that picture,
I know.
waving those American flags, those patriots, patriotic fascist
They
bastards.
love America and human
They're not
life.
wearing masks. They're,
How dare you be?
they're
How dare you
terrorist
love you? Yeah, I know.
insurrectionists.
How dare you love your country?
They were supposed to be wearing masks.
They
Yeah,
don't want to die at my hand. God, the nerve.
You're supposed to love socialism. And
They
all
should
that
be
kind of shit.
Okay,
executed.
to sum it up, Musk believes in the free marketplace of ideas.
Or to sum it up, Musk believes in the free marketplace of ideas. He is a free speech absolutist. Believers of this marketplace opine that any limitations on freedom of speech will ultimately yield autocracy. The people cannot speak their minds or represent themselves.
Correct.
In the opposition, some people
We're getting-
believe that
never mind.
speech ought to be limited to protect the voices and rights of all people.
It's buffering again.
It stopped.
Okay, it stopped. We're fine. Keep reading.
Yeah.
You're fine. Go ahead.
All right.
Correct.
Let's see. Okay. Let's be clear. I am just another irrational human. But let me quickly state my beliefs. I am a libertarian socialist.
Ha ha!
That-
That
that-
doesn't
that-
exist.
Wow.
But that was
Yeah.
cute.
Oh, I'm dying.
A libertarian.
The sheer-
socialist.
That
The
is
sheer
awesome.
weight of stupidity in that sentiment is
Uh,
slowly eating me
John,
from the inside.
John
I'll take
Stuart
things that
Mill
don't exist
just
for
shat the
$600,
grave.
please.
Yeah.
That's not even possible.
That-
No,
there's
it isn't. It's like it's like a narco-communism, or left libertarian. It's not possible.
The funny thing is that I've heard Vaush call himself that.
A left
Yeah.
libertarian?
No,
Or
a
an
libertarian
anarcho-communist.
socialist.
Yeah.
A libertarian
Yeah.
socialist.
Well, Vaush is also
You can say retarded.
Yeah.
That's like calling
Vouch.
yourself a Republican communist.
Yes,
My-
it is.
Vouch, my principle is to win. Vouch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, Vaush means nothing to me.
I am a libertarian socialist and a firm believer in freedom. Yet, I'm not afraid to oppose the free marketplace of ideas because, systematically, it contradicts freedom.
No, it doesn't.
no, it doesn't. You are contradicting freedom by the sheer notion of your existence.
Pissed off. She says that's like saying I'm a left-handed, right-handed.
Yes,
A left-handed righty.
That isn't to say
I'm,
that
I'm ambidextrously right-handed.
Yeah.
that isn't to say there shouldn't be freedom of speech. No, on the contrary.
Oh, they tried to get around the comma but with the yet.
Oh,
Uh-oh. We died.
died.
Oh, no.
Are we counting that as a mercy killing?
Oh, it's
Is
still up
there-
to me.
Are there squirrels that chew at your Ethernet cables at this time of night, Frost?
Just refresh. It should be fine. I mean, it's working for me.
Really?
Yeah, mine actually automatically refreshed and it came right back up. So we can continue.
Mine auto refreshed too, and then now it's fine.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mine wouldn't auto-refresh because YouTube is a cunt.
YouTube is a cunt, which is why I have to go from top chat to live chat again.
Yes. Well, I had to completely start over.
Well, I actually had chat in a different window, so it's still the same.
Yeah, well, I had a different window open for chat, and then I had to go close it, and it's just like, fuck's sake. Yeah, I am.
That good, huh?
Well, it's the whole no, I'm looking at their yet comma as opposed to their comma but. What
Yeah,
they did was a dash yet comma, and it's like, stop it. All that equals is a but. Dash yet comma equals but.
Mm.
Yeah. The thing about free speech is that there are no real exceptions to it.
Yeah, no
It's either free
dashes, no
speech or it's
yets, no
not.
buts, none of this bullshit. It's
No,
the free marketplace of ideas breeds tyrannies of hate. What do you want to bet? This person at some article or another has said, well, Hitler was elected. They pull that shit.
Well, and the thing is, when it comes to freedom of speech, you either have it or you don't. There is no gray area.
Yeah.
What always kills me, and I never understand where these people are coming from. What do they think the purpose of free speech is if they don't have to deal with any ideas they don't like?
There is no such thing as a tyranny of hate. Okay, number one, it breeds tyrannies of hate. That's not what tyranny is. Tyranny is tyranny. Hate is a word they attach to things they don't like. Yeah, and this. All tyrannies are hateful. Okay, at least actually tyranny doesn't have emotion. It's kind of
You can hate people and not be tyrannical at all.
right.
You can just hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I can hate this idiot who wrote this article. I can hate their anti-intellectualism, but I don't want to tyrannize them.
This person, I can guarantee you, this person hates all sorts of political enemies. The existence of this article is testament to that fact.
Yeah, because due to inherent flaws of people, you cannot perfect man. And these idiots, these utopians who think that you can perfect man and then we can actually have free speech, completely miss the entire point of what the founders were after.
But what do they think? What do they think free speech is for, if not to protect ideas they don't like? I don't need.
It's to say mean words to people on Twitter. They personalize everything, Jack. They are so goddamn hubris riddled and narcissistic. They personalize everything. They cannot see a broader scope, a bigger picture. That one of the main reasons that the First Amendment is the First Amendment, with both the free expression of speech, assembly, and religion, is to go against the autocracy that had been the divine right monarchs of Europe, that had been the, God is my strength. That's where
they're not the monarchs. They're the resistance.
The hell they are. They're the elitists in Paris who have completely bent the message. They are the Robespierres. Robespierre was a promising individual at one point, and then he became twisted, just like these people had become twisted. And he lost his mind, and he went after everybody that pissed him off, and then they got him.
Now
because he'd gone off the rails.
Read the First Amendment. It says free speech unless you're mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
That's how they want to rewrite it.
Free speech unless you disagree with some scrub on Medium.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Due to the inherent flaws of people, the free marketplace of ideas will only promote the loudest voices, most of which support destructive views. The free marketplace of ideas breeds tyrannies of hate.
Prove it.
Well, hate as you define it.
Yeah, prove it.
I'm sure that
this whole article is proof. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's their emotional intelligence at work.
Yeah.
He said it, therefore it is correct. He feels
Jesus
it.
Christ.
He feels it, therefore it's factually correct because of his feelings.
This kind of shit. Just this is why I can't even
take for example the January 6th insurrection.
Oh, for Christ's sake, your freedom of speech to misuse goddamn words in the dictionary is protected under the First Amendment, and I will allow it, but I also have the freedom of speech to call you a goddamned idiot who doesn't know the meaning of words, and you couldn't prove anything, Matlock.
Oh, Prosper, I love you.
Fuck's sake.
Fallacies.
Insurrection, treason, fascism. They don't know what any of those words mean. Fucking twits.
No, they know. They have a definition of those words, and the definition is bad.
The definition is fungible.
Bad.
It's
and the
fungible.
people I disagree with are bad. So they must be all of the things that I think are bad.
Knowing words is bigoted.
Call them treason, homophobe, xenophobe, insurrectionist, Donald Trump, January 6th Nazi, white supremacist.
Look at what this shitbag says. Look at what this shitbag says in the next paragraph. I'm taking over for a moment. Take, for example, the January 6th insurrection. Fallacies about the 2020 election yielded an unwarranted surge of wrath within the clueless conservative populace. Wow. Okay, the entire conservative great, label us. That's good. So the cretins they are, cute use of the word, but it's projection sugar. They flooded the Capitol in their whatever. Since you won't scroll up because I've taken it, it is mutiny. You need to read with more expression, you boring fuck.
Yes, you're supposed to say, take for example the January 6th insurrection.
Yeah,
Prospero has little appreciation for dead.
All right, fine. I'll read the article as Sora Luna. So, the Cretans they are, they flooded the Capitol in the name of democracy.
God damn it. You know what I hate about this that you used to be able to do on Google Hangouts? Is fucking mute other people.
I just realized that the background music that needs to be played for this one is
Ass clowns on parade.
But this isn't its extent. No, this is just the unassuming genesis of crooked falsehoods. QAnon and other cults have plagued the minds of countless individuals.
Oh, what, like Blue Anon?
Typically ignorant, arrogant, or mentally ill. This isn't to say mentally ill people are dangerous. Most of them want to be left alone. However, when radicalized...
Shitbag, none of us can see it.
I would just like to note quickly that Sora says, I do not sound like that.
She doesn't. She doesn't. All of you sound like garbage fires compared to Sora. Sora has a lovely voice, and you're just jealous, you worthless shits.
Hey, I have not even tried to impersonate her. So
Well, thank you, Moonshock, because you have some taste, and you also have son who'd beat you bloody.
That is true. Oh my God, he's going to get it.
I was even so nice that I made up for the impersonations by putting Sora in my answer.
Yeah.
For
Prospero, look what this bitch is going to get.
Okay, smugly.
Yeah.
Good job. You're excused, Terry. You're not a shitbag.
You say I don't scroll fast enough, but then you read ahead. All right.
I'm just getting her ready for it.
Let's see. However, when radicalized, like most other people, they can become dangerous weapons. So don't weaponize retards.
Never go full retard.
We need laws against assault retards. All right. What about Alex Jones's slander about the Sandy Hook shooting?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You know, can I just say I used to think that point was crazy, but these days I'm starting to be like, they're arguing really hard against this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're really nailing it down like they do with all the other shit they lie about.
Tasteless, unfeeling, lacking in empathy, diatribes does not equal slander. This is the entire thing about the Alex Jones verdict that makes me ill. Some ill-advised loon is ranting on the internet that it's all made up. And yes, that hurts people, and I'm sorry. But like Westboro Baptist and their vulgar activity, they have been permitted to continue it. Alex Jones doesn't get that privilege.
So,
isn't it interesting how things have shifted there?
So, in other words, what the Westboro Baptists are saying isn't a lie.
These people obviously have never heard of the term hypocrisy. So.
Yeah, they've also never, the point of freedom of speech is that we all need to grow a pair and learn to endure people saying really distasteful things. And Westboro Baptist people say distasteful things. Alex Jones has been known to say distasteful things. It can be incredibly hurtful. It can be incredibly turn the goddamn thing off. You do not have to listen to it. None of those parents knew that Alex Jones ever said any of that shit until MSNBC, CNN, and other people latched hold of that shit and blared it at them over and over and over again until they couldn't take it anymore.
I'll have you know, Prospero, one of my best friends is a recently gay frog.
Oh, okay.
And in all in all seriousness, I can guarantee you right now, more people than ever believe that the Sandy Hook parents are crisis actors because of
They
what
are.
because of what happened.
Well, they made a parody of themselves and they disgraced the memory of their children.
Well, it's a
by going
Streisand
through
effect.
this goddamn theater.
Well,
This is
also,
this lawfare against free speech, and this goddamn theater cheapens what happened. I mean, okay, let's just, on the face of it, accept that Sandy Hook went down exactly as Sandy Hook is reported to have gone down. All these people have done is dance in the blood of their own children. And that is disgusting to me. Profiteering off of a tragedy like this, be it Alex Jones or how are these people any morally different than Alex Jones? They're profiting off death.
you want to know what a really good documentary is? It's called Let's Talk About, or We Need to Talk About Sandy Hook. That is a fantastic documentary. It is basically gone off of all main video platforms because of the message that it sends, but it has a lot of very, very well thought out opinions and research that make the Sandy Hook look like it was.
But people can be horrible, okay?
Yes, of course.
They can be horrible, and they can want to interpret things the way they want to interpret them. And they can say things that are insensitive in the event that things are exactly as how they are being reported. There comes a point where you can only be so skeptical of everything.
Well,
Because then you're going to wind yourself into a position of there is no reality. And then you're actually buying into the bullshit that this kind of bizarre Marxism of
the problem that they're having.
Post-war intellects, words don't have meaning anymore. Nothing has real meaning anymore. It's all shape shifting in front of you. And it becomes like this postmodernism Kafka tale.
Well, you know what the issue that these people are having? Like, this goes back to when you said just turn it off. They're acting like it's North Korea, and they have those radios and TVs, or the radios that you can't turn off.
Yes.
They're acting like they don't have the ability to turn off their opposition.
How many of these people knew what Alex Jones had said until somebody went and told them?
Yeah.
Well, they're just doing what the
What was Alex
Jones?
What was Alex Jones' audience prior to Sandy Hook?
If it weren't for the
It was on
Streisand
YouTube.
effect, barely anybody would know about it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so the emotional harm that was inflicted on the parents of the children that died in Sandy Hook was caused not by Alex Jones, but by the news outlets that kept braying and repeating what Alex Jones said.
He's actually walked it back twice.
Of course, but that doesn't matter because he said it in the first place.
Oh, I know, of course. I mean, the very first thing he said was that it was a false flag, never happened. He walked that back and said, I don't think that such and such should have happened, or he didn't agree with the parents, or that he slandered the parents, and then that's what they're getting him for.
Well, yeah, and what they want to destroy is a political enemy. These parents have bought in, like so many of the parents of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas horror have bought in to capitalizing. I mean, they're profiteering off the death of their own children. And I mean, we already have a press that bathes themselves in blood and then dances about. We're very Aztec these days. But this is a revolting injustice in regard to speech, because this is not how the Westboro case came down. And what Westboro was doing was hateful and harmful to people who had sacrificed, they'd lost a family member in war.
Well, all things being equal, some of these so-called parents of these dead kids were also seen at other big areas, or not big attacks on the country too.
One could say, and then there are an awful lot of doppelgangers on
Yes,
all of this is unprovable.
exactly. Yeah,
One way
I
or
mean,
the other. Either we have free speech or we don't. Slander. Um, I just it's what was it only became slanderous when it became
a thing.
blasted out of the megaphone.
Yes.
And then that is in the hands of the news outlets that did it. So this is a totally irrational verdict. It's a totally irrational kind of case to bring. How about if you find Alex Jones that loathsome? And I could understand people finding Alex Jones to be loathsome. Ignore him.
No, can't
It's impossible.
Ignore
can't
him.
turn off the radio syndrome. They
Ignore-
can't turn him off, so they're trying to destroy him.
Right, but I can ignore Christy Winters. I hadn't spoken her name for months until I did tonight.
Well, the thing is, that's the difference between us and them. We have the ability to just like, you know what, turn off, don't care.
I
They
miss Christy
can't.
Winters.
Yeah.
It's been so much worse since like everyone moved on from that band of goofballs. Like I enjoyed when Monkey and Bearing and everyone was making videos about, Steve
was a lot of
Shives
fun.
and Steve Shives and Michael Rowlands and Kevin Logan.
I mean,
Those were fun times.
without Christie, who are we supposed to explain what sarcasm is to?
That's true.
Oh God, she has plenty of people that have replaced her in that. I'm curious though. Please do go on, Frosted.
What is Mr. Moist Lips even doing these days?
I don't care.
Frosted, go on.
He's pouring gravy on himself. All right. His
And then he can be a faggot and gravy. See how it works?
his undue statements sparked many of his irrational viewers to bombard the victims' mourning families. Jones' aggression nearly ruined the families' lives. Luckily, Jones was convicted of his crimes and will have to pay the price of $965 million. Well, he'll presumably...
No, he was not... Go ahead.
He wasn't convicted of any crime.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
A judge found him guilty with quotes around it because she wouldn't allow him to testify the truth. She said basically anything you say is a lie unless I say it's not.
Yeah, that's
That
justice.
judge way overstepped her boundaries.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one on appeal.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, because they just didn't want a settlement. They wanted to destroy him. They can't execute him for slander, so they want him in a refrigerator box under an overpass.
But the fact that he's got to pay $1 billion is just
Yes.
ridiculous.
And there are people complaining that they didn't get a large enough settlement.
Yeah, they were talking about like multi-trillion.
Well, maybe they
dollars,
can
and I
go
was just
find
like,
a relative that was at Camp Lejeune.
If I was a judge and I heard that the plaintiffs were making demands like that, I would dismiss it outright because it's clearly not. They're not acting out of rational. They're not acting rationally.
The Sandy Hook parents have decided they want to buy the moon.
Yeah, this was utterly unserious, and that's what makes me sick. It's unserious lawfare. And I mean, we have enough problem in the courts now. And by the way, the only reason to really vote anymore for most of these dickbags in the Senate is to control federal judgeships. It really is. It's about the only good reason to give a shit. But I swear to God, this is absolutely nauseating to me. And I don't even like Alex Jones. For the record, I don't really care for him. He's not my cup of tea. He's too frenetic, too hysterical.
Well, he's just a lol cow.
By a cow, you're correct. I don't get that many lols out of him.
But the guy has been railroaded.
I understand that, and in that regard, I am standing up for him, Moonshock. I'm not throwing him under the bus.
Oh no!
I am sticking up for somebody that I find personally quite distasteful.
Right. I mean, I wasn't implying that you would.
I would stick up for Wet Lip Shives if he was being railroaded like this, or that fat cow Christy Winters. I'm a doctor. Okay.
Well,
You know, this is revolting. I don't like lawfare. I don't like it. I mean, lol. I enjoy it sometimes when some shitbags get what,
right.
but at the same time, no, you have to be ethical.
Mhm.
And ethical means this is not how you fix this kind of thing. You
Yeah.
fix it with more sunshine and more speech and more people just very calmly saying Alex Jones is a hyperbolic dickhead.
Well, and this is also setting a very dangerous precedent because they're basically saying anything that you say can now be used against you in a court of law without any kind of due process. We will find you guilty just because we think you're guilty. Period. And this is without a
Well,
jury.
this was a trial in search of a crime. Because
he was guilty without being.
Well, yeah, and he was not allowed to defend himself.
Yeah, and then I mean the judge.
That is even though this is a civil case, he can appeal.
Yeah,
obviously a verdict like that.
And and this shitbag judge
this
said
was
anything...
in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
They number one, they should have been a change of venue, but there wasn't.
Yeah. At least they have Krispy Kreme.
Man, fuck you, Frosted.
That was actually cold. That was pretty cold.
You know what, Jack?
Not unlike Dunkin' Donuts.
Jack, I could go for some really nice warm donuts right about now.
Well, he'll presumably...
Yeah, I'll give you a cream filling over here.
All right, okay, that's it. I'm going for a cigarette. I'll be back.
Was it good for you, Prospero?
Well, he'll presumably reimburse a mere portion and then file for bankruptcy. But I promise you, the people will rarely win.
He has already filed for bankruptcy. He's doing that reorganization one. I think it's Chapter 11, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's already filed for that. So I don't know what the hell this person's saying. Oh, he will file. No, he already has. He has He has some more time to prove that his company won't be insolvent before he gets out of that. But he doesn't have the kind of money that these people think he has. I mean, this $965 $1 million judgment. There's no way in hell he'll be able to have that because he doesn't even have like $2 million, much less $965 million.
Let's see.
He should have had more money.
Yeah.
He sinks all of his money into his company like a smart person should. You keep your salary, but you put everything else back into your company.
Let's see. This year, in 2022, a radicalized QAnon disciple wounded his daughter and murdered his wife and the family dog. The oldest daughter was left to suffer. This year, in 2022, a white kid shot up a Tops store in Buffalo, New York, killing 10 people because of his hatred of black people, fueled by demonic website 4chan.
That was bullshit, too.
X to doubt.
Too many black communities exist enslaved to hate. This year, in 2022, tens of thousands of more people are indoctrinated because of how free speech is. And this number...
Indoctrinated into what? Reality? I think we should indoctrinate more people into reality.
No,
you don't see...
It's dangerous.
You don't see anybody decrying the whole free speech problem when when there's anti-white hatred being spouted. You don't see anybody criticizing that
because there's no
anti-white hatred is noble.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Kill Whitey. Is that it? Just like Chris Farley screams, "Kill Whitey."
Let's see. Because of how free speech is, and this number is exponentially increasing. If we, the people, do not shield society from radical beliefs, the world will collapse into tyranny and suffering. Liberty shall be no more. The free marketplace of ideas is interim liberty, a curse in disguise. Censor bigotry.
Are we done yet?
Yep, that's the end.
Thank God.
You're a commie. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, basically. That summarizes the entire thing. I'm a commie. Let me go and shoot myself in the face because I'm so stupid.
I like that he's unironically saying freedom is slavery.
Well, there's a lot of contradicting verbiage in this particular article.
All right. Well, with the end of the third article comes the final game,
Terry's favorite.
which is Poe or No Gender Edition,
Oh.
where I'll give you three genders, for two of which are from LGBTIA Wiki.
Hold up. Stop. Your stream just went poof.
What?
It's fine on my end.
Let me refresh.
Good over here.
Oh, there we go. I had to refresh, but the damn thing went poof on my side.
Oh, good.
We're good.
Oh, or no. Thank Christ.
Okay. Anybody in chat, just go ahead and refresh folks in chat, just refresh if yours glitches out.
All right.
Sorry, Frosted. I
So-
just wanted to say that.
So this is where I'll give you three genders, two of which are from the LGBTIA Wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and one I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up.
You know what I think we should have done instead? Ho or No Amaranth Edition.
Well, that's too easy.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but then our show would get banned.
It's okay.
Terry's praying for death right now.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day when Frosted says one of the options is just gender.
No, I think it'd be awesome if one of the options is male.
There's male, female, and then the last one, which is obviously the correct one.
We know
That-
those
that'll
two
be-
exist.
That'll be the series finale. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So gender A, Elmer gender,
What?
nostalgia gender related to Elmer's glue or arts and crafts.
Oh,
my
God.
I was disappointed. I was still thinking you were going to say Elmer Fudd.
So the paste eater gender. Wonderful.
Sort of says male is the fake.
Well, I mean, the way we determine it is it on the wiki? I don't know if male and female are actually on the wiki or not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be disappointed if B or C isn't Fudd gender.
All right. All right. Gender B, work fluid.
What?
Gender which changes when one performs chores or tasks.
What? Work fluid. That sounds like you could like in porn. Would work fluid be considered?
Oh, we're.
Uh-huh.
I think that engine oil qualifies as work fluid.
I think I disgusted him.
All right. And gender C, border gender. Fluctuating gender experienced exclusively by people with bipolar disorder.
Oh my god.
All right. And I'll start a
Damn you,
poll in the
Frosty,
chat
for
so
making
they
this-
can get in on it.
Yeah, for making this so difficult.
And don't forget, one of the options is that they're all real.
Okay, so
Hmm.
I'm going to say C, and my reason is that it sounds the most typical real answer.
Hmm.
Is somebody taking some sort of stupid abstract concept and putting gender after it?
No, I'm going to say B because they're commies. They don't know what work is.
I was just gonna say B because it sounds so stupid. There's just something about the just saying work fluid that just sounds so fucking wrong.
All
But
right.
at the same time, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if somebody actually didn't just invent that. It's like, hey, look, this is a new gender. I am work fluid because I love going to work.
All right. So, Jack, which one is fake?
C.
All right. Moon.
I say B.
All right. Terry.
Oh, B.
Prospero.
We better be right.
They're all real, but not as you described them.
All right. Let's see. What's the chat going with? Looks like B and all real are tied with 43% each.
Oh, I would love to see the flag for work fluid. and the border gender one, that better be a fucking impersonation of the Mexican border.
No, it's just to be a wall built by Trump.
A wall. Or just put a big smug look of Donald Trump with a big smile on his face. And the flag would be orange.
I'm not sure the wiki lists the first one, but the first one exists.
Don't look, you cheater.
All right. Well, I'll end the poll there. All right, looks like B is the winner with the chat.
Green Badger says work fluid is coffee with a shot of whiskey in it. Why not jerk fluid? Keeve, that's disgusting.
The jerks got cold. They're running out of you.
What's the difference? You're their all-time bestseller.
I'm the ghost of genders yet to come.
Giggity.
All right, and the answer is
B.
A is fake.
Oh, you
No.
bastard.
Under the wiki, but there's actually an Elmer gender.
Hmm.
Yes, there is an Elmer gender.
Does it have Elmer Fudd's face on the flag? Oh, Keeve's got the links in there. Splooge gender. Sora.
It's a gender based on some Elmer character that somebody played.
Okay, I gotta see the flag for work fluid. This better be good, or else I will be very disappointed.
Wait, this says that Elmer Gender was a person. Born in
there was
born in
also
1869.
Is this like a German thing?
Apparently, they had two siblings, Albertus Gender and one other.
Wait. Is this the first time in history
It's
where
Brandon Rogers. It's
Huh?
where the fake gender is actually a real gender?
Oh my God, there actually was a person named Elmer Gender.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, I just Googled Elmer Gender, and I don't see
He
it.
was born in '69.
1869 though.
Yeah.
Frosted, you lied to us.
Like I said, I just
I demand reparations.
there's going to be one because there is a character that Brandon Rogers played in some movie called Elmer or something called Elmer, and they're going to have a gender. Don't worry.
Unless you're referring to the guy born in 1869, it's not real. All right, and
I'm heartbroken.
unfortunately, work fluid had no flag, but
What?
there's border gender.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want a flag.
No, that's cute.
So
You are a flag, Moonshock. Oh no, wait, that's right.
hey, I'm a flaggot. Thank you very much. Don't be such a flaggot.
All right. Well, now it's time for our.
The flag looks like a flag for colorblind people.
Sora wants a flag.
Terry, is that your flag?
No.
Maybe
I like
what?
the colors.
Maybe when he looks at it, he sees like a secret message in it.
I doubt that work fluid is ever going to have a flag because as people work on it, their gender keeps changing and they can't
That's a good point.
decide.
Their gender is fluid.
Yeah.
Work fluid.
All right.
And there's no secret message on the flag. You all see that it says "Gas the Jews," right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But of course, Terry sees that when he looks at anything. So.
I see a pug.
All right. Now, time for our final article, which brings up a question I think we can all relate to.
Oh God.
Can I still be a slut even though I have genital herpes?
Oh.
I mean, yes.
Obviously,
Okay.
you have been, so why not?
Okay, what is this? Make love, not
You-
porn. What?
You have to believe in your dreams.
That makes no sense. Make love, not porn. Fuck off.
Can I just call out the misogyny in the title? It should be his peas.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
why are you associating a negative thing with women?
That's true.
Pro sex, pro porn, pro knowing the difference. I hate this person. We are the world's first user generated.
If it also says pro state, that's a dude.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They have 216 followers, yet they themselves are only following one person. And I would love to know who that one person is. That one person is
Me.
medium
mom.
staff.
Safe slut.
No, it's called the medium staff.
I just like safe slut.
I call it a
This
medium
person-
staff too.
Safe slut with genital herpes.
But is it at half staff?
Despite what sex misconceptions we learned from our sex-negative society and what fear-mongering tactics were used in our sex education, or lack thereof, you are still worthy of good sex and love if you are herpes positive.
Okay, the fact that she has a shirt on that says "safe slut," that just rings. I'm a whore, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
Well, she admits it. She admits to being that.
I
in the
think she might be
title.
border sexual.
I mean,
Yeah, she.
just looking at her, I didn't really need her to tell me that she has herpes. Yeah.
She needs to work on the mustache a little.
Yeah, and she has infected work fluid.
Also, you can most definitely still be an absolute slut. I was
I mean,
diagnosed.
you shouldn't. But you can.
No, it's a good thing. I was diagnosed with genital herpes a few days after I had a one-night stand with a guy I met at a Halloween party in 2019. Talk
So
about
you're a whore. Gotcha.
she's a slut, Moon.
Oh, sorry.
Get the terminology correct.
Fine, you're a skank. That covers everything.
No, that's a whole different thing. All right. Talk about a horror story, am I right? I was devastated. I didn't leave my bed for days.
That's probably how you got the herpes in the first place.
Yeah. Well, maybe not her bed, but somebody's bed.
Right.
I laid in bed and cried as I went down a rabbit hole of false herpes information on Google, simultaneously mourning with the life I thought I would never get to have. Could I ever have sex again?
You know, I totally read that wrong. I went down on a rabbit hole.
Now a rabbit has herpes.
That is slandering rabbits.
After learning some basic herpes facts, I realized that my sex life wasn't really over. I knew I would eventually find a partner who wouldn't care. But what about being a huge slut? I was 25, still exploring my sexuality, and really had no intention of settling down anytime soon. Unfortunately,
This is what happens when you breed the shame out of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You're
first
not
of all-
wrong.
yeah, and first of all, you only can really get this by having unprotected sex, right?
Correct.
So, in other words, she was
A slut.
willingly like, I'm gonna have unprotected sex because reasons.
No, she got loaded, picked up a guy at a Halloween party.
Oh, she
fucked
got loaded,
him,
all right.
and then found out that oopsie daisy.
He just gave her something to remember him by.
Oh yeah, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, this is 2019. This is not 1990. You know, I mean, that's the really pathetic thing.
I was 25, still exploring my sexuality, and really had no intention of settling down anytime soon. Unfortunately,
You were a hoe.
Mhm.
And you weren't smart enough to insist that you get paid for it.
my diagnosis left me scared to even touch any part of my vulva. I felt so disconnected from my body. If I
Why
couldn't,
wouldn't you want to? Go ahead.
if I couldn't even touch myself, how would I let somebody else touch me?
What do you think you were going to get finger herpes on top of the genital herpes?
Yes.
Oh
But
my
I
God,
just-
this woman is too stupid to
fuck.
I just like to point out if anyone in chat is struggling with No Nut November, just read this article and you'll never want to.
Yeah.
You'll never want to get hard again.
Oh, don't
Yeah,
worry.
you're not wrong.
We haven't even gotten to the good parts. All right.
Oh,
There aren't any good parts to this.
it's bad parts and worse parts.
Yes.
Regaining my slutty sexual confidence was a long, arduous process, but one that was so worth it. At
Do you
this
have a vulva transplant?
at this point, 3 years later, I'm actually extremely grateful for my herpes diagnosis
What?
because it forced me to do this healing work, and I've become even more confident than I was pre-diagnosis.
How many? Wait, yeah. How many guys did you give herpes, bitch?
Yeah.
Is it possible to remove a woman's vagina and cervix and uterus and ovaries and just sew that hole shut? Because that's what this woman needs.
Well,
With her head up in cavity where the other stuff was. For the love of God.
thanks to her, I'm sure a lot of other guys are now grateful as she is.
Oh my god.
I realized overcoming the herpes stigma and gaining sexual confidence had everything to do with me and how I was feeling about myself, rather than what others thought of me.
You know, if this stupid fucking whore does not say, I use protection from then on.
Of course she doesn't. Why would she do that?
Yeah, she needs to spread this gift.
Well, apparently so. It's like, hey, everybody, you get a herpes.
You just reminded me of the one Medica video I saw, which is about these guys who wanted to get AIDS and actually did call it the gift.
Well, now that it's not a felony to basically give somebody a death sentence in California,
Yeah.
there you go.
No, but these guys were disgusting. They used to like find used condoms in like drink because they wanted to get AIDS that badly.
If I'm good with myself, literally nothing anyone can say would be able to hurt me. In the words of the amazing Audre Lorde, nothing I accept about myself can be used against me to diminish me. Make that your mantra.
Bug chasers.
Uh-huh.
Camel uses a term. I was muted when I yelled it. So
The herpes stigma will probably exist for quite some time. Although
yeah,
not
as long as
good
the
reason.
shit's spreadable, you stupid twat.
Yeah, as long as people like her continue to go out there and be like, hey, I'm a herpes factory. Come and do me.
also somebody clip that.
Yeah. That was pretty special.
And then follow
Don't you dare say that was Sora's voice.
If Moon ever comes back to Quippers, that has to be the name he uses from now on.
All right, play that clip from Moon and then play the clip of Prospero saying those are fags.
I don't know though. I like Herpes Factory. That is a great name.
Factory.
All right, let's see. The herpes, although not for long, because I am plotting to turn everyone into a safe slut. So let's do our best to not give a fuck about the stigma, okay?
So does that mean that her vagina is a safe space?
It is very dangerous. It's like having your dick do the Death Star trench run, you know.
Stay on target.
So
Stay
So basically, she wants every man's proton torpedoes to go into the exhaust port.
Yes.
We hit every man's dick in the galaxy in 12 parsecs.
Unfortunately, Porkins didn't make it.
Yeah. Bless him.
The key to
Biggs and Wedge.
The key to unlocking my safe and slutty energy was all about getting back into my body. I'm sure a lot of people were getting back into your body. Even more so than the pre-herpes version of myself. Basically, I needed to start from scratch because my pre-herpes self wasn't nearly as confident, open, or sex positive as I am now.
Awesome.
In retrospect,
I'm a
herpes.
better hoe for getting Slurpees.
Okay,
And-
that needs to be clipped as well.
That just sounds like is there a test that you can take? I'm sex positive. I'm sex negative.
In retrospect,
So if you're sex neutral, what does that make you?
She's a tramp, and she loves it.
in retrospect, herpes was the best thing to happen to me.
Every day.
Can you just check? Was this written by Amaranth
She's
by
a
any chance?
tramp.
Oh God, that is herpes embodied. That photo right there.
Oh, look! It's,
Oh, Look at all the herpes running down her thigh.
Oh God.
Oh God!
Herpes
Are we sure
running
that
down
this is
my
a-
thigh. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my God.
Is,
God.
is this
Oh God.
Is-
Oh, Jethro Tull's gonna sue your ass for that.
Say what, Jack?
is this an Adams Family reject we're looking at?
I don't want to see the fupa. Do not show me the fupa.
Are those like a very poor man's fishnet stockings?
Yeah.
Oh, and he goes all the way down.
Yeah, no, she just got pimples on her fat ass.
Where's the herpes hot lava coming out of her vag too? That's like.
Oh my God.
Drippings from the pussy.
Cottage cheese running. Oh God, I just can't.
Oh,
Do you like
Well, that's
bacon on your
wonderful.
cottage cheese?
I want to vomit now.
The safe
Turd on
slut
your
approved.
cottage cheese.
The safe slut approved ways to become more slutty and sexually confident as a herpes positive person, or just anyone that wants to level up, can be divided into 3 categories.
What?
Educating,
There ain't no leveling up for that. Oh God.
educating yourself,
I don't know. I mean, there's different simplexes, aren't there?
educating yourself, communicating like a badass, and taking hot fucking nudes.
Okay, so anybody wants to level up, all of a sudden I can hear.
Yeah, leveling up.
And a reminder, the hot fucking nudes are of this.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say the hot fucking nudes are of other people because that can't produce a hot fucking nude.
Start by
I
learning.
mean, unless she were literally on fire.
No,
Not
no, no.
there.
Maybe
Fuck.
she means hot because she's got a fever from all the STDs.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
that
like-
there's a herpes factor.
Like a
Dripping
burning
wet.
sensation when she pees, you know.
See?
Start by learning everything about herpes that we, or most of us, sadly didn't receive growing up. Once you're fully...
Wait. Is it the knowledge or the herpes that she's sad we didn't receive?
both.
Yeah, apparently.
Once you are fully versed in herpes knowledge, I guarantee you'll feel so much more empowered. You'll learn most of the population has herpes, whether they get cold sores or genital outbreaks.
Oh no, there are two. Excuse me. There are 2 completely different types of herpes simplex.
Yeah.
Cold sores on your mouth do not. That is no.
Yeah, there's no translation between the two, nor is there a parallel between them either.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, it's like claiming that shingles and genital herpes are the same thing because they both have the word herpes in them. One is
Right,
the
that's exactly how it
chicken pox herpes zoster, and the other is a version of herpes simplex.
Yeah, same.
Cold
same thing.
sores have God, Jesus God! I bet this girl has the clap too.
Oh, she's got something, all right.
You'll learn most of the population has herpes, whether they get cold sores or genital outbreaks, are symptomatic or asymptomatic.
Yeah. If they do, they don't have herpes like you have herpes, lady.
Yeah, and when she says you'll learn most of the population has herpes, I X'd it out right there. I highly doubt that
No.
most of the
I think she
population
means she's going to make sure most of the population gets herpes. She wants to be a slut, remember?
She's gonna be the slut version of a James Bond villain.
I mean, what's next? You're gonna say that canker sores are the same as herpes now too?
Yep.
You'll learn you can use condoms and you can still get herpes because it's contracted by skin-to-skin contact as opposed to by sexual fluids. You'll learn it's not on the standard STI panel, so most people don't even know their herpes status.
I feel like I'm getting an explanation as to how. What's that thing that they don't like in schools?
Blacks?
Pedophilia?
Well, when it comes to herpes, the thing is, you're only really they can only be transmitted when you have an outbreak. If you have no outbreaks, if you have no lesions or any sores, you're not going to spread it because it is spread with contact with said sores.
Yeah, they're beginning apparently to see some more cold sores that are caused by HSF2, which is the genital herpes.
Right.
But they're two completely different types of simplex viruses. There's a type 1 and a type 2, and the hoo-ha, is type 2, and fever blisters are type 1.
Yeah, and you can't, and they don't turn into the other. They don't transform magically.
No, you might be getting one underneath the other, but it's not, it's not the same.
That's the leveling up part. You start with type 1 and then you get type 2.
Well, yeah, but anybody can get a fever blister, okay? It's just, it's...
Well, she's trying to make it look like they're mutually exclusive.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, no, that's not going to happen. Sorry.
Yeah, she's actually trying to make them sound like they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put cold sore cream on genital herpes is a question on Google.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can put Elmer's glue on it if you want, sugar.
Yeah.
Elmer sexual or Elmer gender.
Yeah.
You'll learn herpes is just a virus, and that the only reason it's so stigmatized is because it's primarily contracted from sex.
I'm sorry, but what you have, if a person has like the normal herpes, it's different from what you have. That's all there. This is like what I was trying to say earlier. It's like when people are arguing in favor of critical race theory and they're trying to pretend that it's just talking about racism in classrooms. We're allowed to just talk about racism. No, it's different. You're changing the definition of what this thing actually is in order to suit your purposes. You're not being honest about it.
Why would they be honest?
Yeah. Then they wouldn't be able to give anyone herpes.
Yeah.
So generous. So generous.
And as we all know, our society still has a hard time talking openly about sex.
You said hard.
And Talik, for the record, yes, I have seen that movie.
Oh, wait. You can actually get genital herpes from somebody who's suffering from an HSV1 infection.
Oh, Prospero's doing research behind the scenes.
Well, I know.
HSF2 does not go away. It remains latent in the body in a dormant state.
Uh-huh. Hence why I said if you don't have a current outbreak, you are not necessarily contagious. However, if you do, that's where your skin-to-skin contact comes into play, and you can transmit it.
Yeah, they're not saying whether you can get over HSV1. Once you've got simplex 2, you've got it forever. It's not a go away eventually. It's the one. It's the simplex 1 that I'm curious about.
Right.
Did you know in the United States only 17 out of 50 states are required to provide medically accurate information in sex ed? Big yikes. No wonder we seek out sex educators on social media for quality information.
Oh, like Lacey Green, right?
Yeah. Becoming a good communicator has given me the confidence to say what my needs and boundaries are, which in turn allows me to live my best slutty herpes-positive life.
Oh, God, pinch an aspirin between your knees and get over yourself.
Yeah, I would love to know how many people she's decided to share the wealth with.
Her dog. She calls
Take the dog pill.
Peanut butter.
She puts the peanut butter in the vag.
Or else she gets the hose again.
Oh,
Terry.
My herpes diagnosis forced me to become an advocate for myself, own my sexual health, and start having sexual health conversations with potential partners.
in other words, saying, "Hi, I've got herpes. Want to have sex?"
This of course takes practice, but obviously it's also a necessary life skill. I now disclose my status like a bad bitch and ask my potential partners about their sexual health, like an even badder bitch.
What?
Talk to your potential
So you're
partner.
like, if you have sex with me, I will give you herpes. But I have the right to do so because I am a woman.
And a bad bitch. I'm a bad bitch.
Talk to your potential partners about their sexual health.
That was really
That-
gay, Jack.
Talk to your potential partners about both of your sexual health backgrounds, and while you're at it, communicate your feelings, boundaries.
No.
Boundaries. Your feelings,
She doesn't have any
boundaries.
boundaries. It's
No.
kind of obvious the bitch
It's-
doesn't have any boundaries.
It's boundaires.
Yeah, she doesn't have boundaries. She has boundaires.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Look at the word.
Uh,
It's French.
It's
Oh.
boundaires.
your feelings, boundaries, needs, etc. are.
Boundaries.
Well, she didn't abbreviate, etc. So
Boondares.
that's just et.
That would be boondares, actually.
Boondaires needs et.
Boondales.
R.
No, she's got the boondales.
Now, why didn't she just separate those with commas instead of slashes?
You know, for a moment I saw even bladder bitch. And I thought, well, that too.
Yeah.
Don't wait until you have an STI to start having sexual health conversations with partners. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been told my openness is so attractive.
I'm sure.
The added
Why is it that every sentence that this woman says, I want it to end with dun 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 dun?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what kind of person hears I have an STD and thinks I want to get with that.
well, it's very
It's like she wants
attractive.
to-
It's kind of like one of those things that you would have to have met somebody and be talking to him and go, all right, now I'm going to have the difficult conversation with you. 20 years ago, at a one night stand, dum here managed to contract genital herpes. I'm on medication, blah, blah, blah. And then just wait and see what the other person does. You know, I know people that have actually had to go through this. And they did find partners. But they basically had to own the fact that, God damn it, I got extremely unlucky in the lottery of life of that one time I decided to be a bad person.
Or
Look
badder
what I
bitch.
got. Yeah, no, they weren't being a badder bitch.
You know, that's
They just relaxed their guard one time, and that's what they got for their trouble. And it's annoying as hell that it was just like the bad luck fairy decided to shit on this person. But and it was bad decision making, but it was also 30 years ago when far less was known about this.
They may not have been a batter bitch, but their bitch got battered.
oh
Yeah, tragically so. But fortunately, life worked out okay.
she also comes across as the kind of person that has one of those stickers on her chest that just says, "Hello, my name is," only it says, "Hi, I'm a dumb bitch."
Yeah, yes. I don't know. Looking at her, she's kind of truth in advertising there.
Do you think she has like a badge that says "Ask me about my genital herpes"?
No
I got
doubt.
genital herpes. Ask me how.
All I know is I want to put custom art on my electric mixer that says "badder bitch."
Yeah. Code name Weeping Sores.
All right.
Would her Native American name be fucks with herpes?
So, the added bonus, it fosters trust.
Shoulda used a dildo. Oh my God. I happen to love Aqualung, and this is really irritating me. At least,
Well, that
at
was
least it wasn't
I like the
at least
song.
it wasn't locomotive breath. It's okay. I'll be all right as long as y'all don't fuck with locomotive breath. You fuck with that, I'm gonna have to just.
I'm gonna have to look
Hey.
up the song just so we can.
This bitch is getting her Jethro tulled. I'll tell you that much.
Oh.
See, now all I can hear is should have used a dildo.
the added
I
bonus.
just like the ambiguity in the song because it says sitting on a park bench watching little girls with bad intent.
Yes.
The little girls. who
Yeah,
have
he's
the
a
bad
creep.
intent?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Ew.
he is. Aqualung is a creep. He's a schoolyard peeper, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Toll wrote some really rough shit, and Aqualung's one of them.
I love how
Yeah,
off topic we got on this.
No, but I'm just saying it sounds like the little girl has the bad intent. If you-
Yes,
if you
watching
pass it the
little
wrong way.
girls with bad intent. Yeah, there's no comma there. Trust me, when it's performed live, you don't think that the little girls have the bad intent. Since when you first meet him, snot's running down his face.
No. I know. In context, it's clear. I'm just saying that the sentence on its own
Oh yeah,
can be misinterpreted.
standing in the cold rain.
Let's get back on topic.
I thank God Charlie stole my condoms, and now my vag won't slow down.
Let's hear more about dumb bitch.
You
Alright.
suck at singing, Toll.
All right. The added bonus, it fosters trust and vulnerability, and great sex.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I cannot stress enough the importance of taking nudes, especially when these nudes are just for yourself. It's become a self-love / care ritual for myself that I do daily.
Narcissist.
Please don't show me your nudes.
You know, this woman is like watching cats. Nothing but assholes.
It has helped my overall confidence and is a great reminder that not only am I so hot, but
Oh, no, you're not.
but I get to enjoy being hot just for myself.
Oh my God, you're a cautionary tale against women.
You can get super into it also. Put on some lingerie, your favorite lipstick, do your hair, etc.
Oh, just turn off the lights. Imagine that Hugh Jackman's in the room and finger fuck yourself and shut up.
Finger fuck yourself and shut up. That's good life advice.
I mean, honest to God. Or fuck yourself with your favorite lipstick. I don't care.
I just like the idea of someone saying, "So why did you end up being gay?" And this is the article that just like read this.
Yeah.
I decided guys didn't smell that bad after all.
This was integral for
Never procreate, please.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
This was integral for me when I wasn't feeling great after my diagnosis. I also make it a point to take nudes when I have an outbreak, or if I get rejected after disclosing as a reminder that I'm still a bad bitch.
Oh, good God. Good God. You should fuck me. Just because I'm herpes positive doesn't mean you can turn me down. I can't wait for their flag. I really can't wait for the herpes positive flag.
Herpy gender.
It just should have little burn holes all over the flag.
My pussy is an ashtray.
Yeah.
To take my love for taking nudes and filming myself a step further, I started sharing them as a way to connect with my sexuality as a herpes positive person.
I'm licking an ashtray before I lick that. Moonshock.
If her pussy's like an ashtray, does that mean it smells like smoked salmon?
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
Kippers make me vomit.
uh,
You just ruined it for me, Jack.
to show people I'm still hot and sexual, even with herpes. And because
Yeah. Stop, please. Isn't there? Do you not have a Ripcord article? Isn't there just? You really need to have an article where somebody can finally hit the button and go, "For the love of God, stop talking."
there is no escape.
Shit.
And because I am a Leo who is 100% an exhibitionist.
What?
Yeah, Leos
Do not
all have
blame your
herpes.
horoscope for your sluttiness.
Yeah.
I've even filmed myself while I had an outbreak where you could really see the outbreak, and guess what? I'm still hot.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're a festering gash. Go to hell.
Oh.
This obviously isn't going to be everyone's path, but if you're thinking about doing it and it's safe for you to do so, totally go for it.
Now, why doesn't she just start a new magazine and just call it Herpes?
That's why I love Make Love Not Porn. They're pro-sex, pro-porn, pro-knowing the difference. A platform that celebrates the funny, messy, loving...
They're not pro STD, are they?
Apparently they are.
Yeah, that's just, you're gross, girl. You're just gross.
Let's see. A platform that celebrates the funny, messy, loving, wonderful ways we all have sex in the real world. And they're the perfect safe place to see how everybody else has sex. And to share yourself sexually any way you want.
I'm spraying Febreze on my screen after this.
I'm spraying Febreze on my brain.
I don't even like that shit. But after I Lysol my brain, I'm putting Febreze on the screen. The entire room smells like sadness.
Make Love Not Porn contributors are called Make Love Not Porn stars. Love that.
Oh my god.
If you want to get some sexy inspo, right now you can subscribe for just $10 a month.
No fucking way.
Frosted, I think you have a duty to click on that link. Yeah.
I wouldn't even subscribe Jake Tapper or Potato Head or Chris Todd to the Chuck Todd.
I wouldn't even subscribe to you, the Sargon move.
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh my god.
3 plans to choose from.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
You get
Faithless.
choices.
Faithless. That's awesome. Only scabs.
Oh.
There's a $50 a month tier.
Ooh, they have a
50.
special
I like,
package.
why not
50,
consider a
you can
special
get a
package?
close. For 50, you can get a close up of her herpes.
Oh.
Yeah, I just like, why not consider a special package? Because, yeah, I think it's pretty special.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if she was concealing a package. If you know what I mean.
What's Cindy's special bundle?
Birthday
No.
bundle.
No.
I think you should go find out yourself, Moonshock.
No.
I don't know what Cindy's bundle is, but I'm guessing it itches. Let's see. You can
You
what?
want to know who I think this woman needs to get with? That one bitch that has the sandy vagina. that first article.
Yeah, maybe the sand will scrub it off. You can watch it to be entertained, to get inspired for your own spicy filming, or to just
No.
appreciate how amazing humans are.
No.
Please make it stop.
Definitely go get your subscription because some real-world safe slut original content will most likely be posted up there soon.
No.
If you are herpes positive, please know that you are still hot and fuckable. Having herpes doesn't change that. You can still be safe and slutty.
Happy face.
I'm gonna give that a
I think you
like.
learned something there.
Yeah.
Are you actually liking
This
this?
is wrong.
Oh.
Oh, he liked it.
You're one of 2 people in the universe that have liked this.
I have a feeling we're looking at a photo of the other person.
By Trisha
Yes.
Wise. Trisha Wise. Oh, I forgot to get this bitch's picture.
You
Well,
can see.
Yeah, we've seen too
Oh,
much
is
of
that
her
actually
already.
Yeah.
We've seen too much of her already.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do you want to see the sexy photo of her again?
In the shuffle and
no,
madness
no.
of medium. Well,
Oh my
writes all the
God.
time long. Writes the all time.
Okay, so
loser.
there is actually a
Oh.
picture of her.
Q continuum.
Here, I've got a I've got a picture of her. She's yeah. There you go. There's a picture for you. And the picture is actually called 1_herp-4.jpg.
Her leg folds
Well, I
make
saw her in a herpes.
She's holding toys.
her
Hat tip to Q continuum. He did locomotive breath, but he did it well.
her leg folds make it look like I'm looking at an aerial view of the Sahara.
What the fuck is that thing?
It's what thing?
Oh, she in one picture she's holding this little thing that looks like a very elongated S.
Oh,
Oh my. That's kind of racy.
I don't think you want to know.
Oh, look, she has her little stickers that say sex.
What? To scratch those hard to reach areas.
Okay, in this, there's another picture of her holding a gigantic jar of, I don't know what the fuck that is, but it looks like drippings from something that you don't want to imagine what those drippings came from.
Speaking of drips, Frosted, you want to close us out?
No, I think we should all just look at this photo for a while longer.
No.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun,
Her scabs are thick as a brick. All right.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
All right. So that's all I had for tonight. So I'll take a moment to shout out to show my co-host and guest. Let's see. Jack has Quippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern on his channel. Moonshock has his Twitch channel, link in the description, where he plays games that include Super Seducer a couple times, maybe. Let's see. Terry is on One Ton Hammers and Johnny Hellcat's Minions Nights.
Sometimes on Adams as well. That's becoming more common.
And Adams. He's on half the Minions Nights, all right. He's also on Six of Sober streams. He's on Johnny Hellcat streams. He's on Quippers United. He's on every stream known to man.
Seems that way.
What the fuck is in that jar? I just linked a picture to
What
this
the
dumb
fuck
bitch.
is in that jar?
Exactly. What is that crap?
And
That looks like her drippings.
anything you want to show, Prospero?
Forget I was here. Forget forget all my contact information. Just forget you ever knew me.
All right.
Prospero's about to go underground.
I'm not kidding. I've been seriously considering it.
She will never come back.
All right.
Don't tempt me.
All right. Well, we should be back next week at the same time, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.